Mm-hmm.
Like ultimately, like if you're trying to create and produce like something in particular you want to sell for certain like practices, it's a good way to create like a 3D version of something and mold it from it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Or else it's toys and utility stuff at home and things like that. I find that to be very useful. Like I've made like flower pots and shit like that, like and
Mhm.
all sorts of containers and
Yeah, I made a bunch of like tool containers to hang on shelves for my
yeah.
friend in his kitchen, so that was
Yeah,
nice.
I'm using the honeycomb one. Probably seen it somewhere.
Like, oh, are you talking about like the pencil organizer that goes on the desk?
No, no, no. It's like one that you hook to a wall or something,
Oh,
and then you have you can there are all sorts of models for hooking all sorts of different tools and stuff like that.
mm,
Screwdrivers and drills and batteries and create your own organizer. It's pretty useful, I like it. It gives it a little bit of a different look too. It's not something you can buy. You know what I mean? It's something you kind of made out of a machine, which is kind of cool. Or else you have like Ninja. He likes to make models of stuff, which is kind of cool.
if I found like a forever home place, I would like start making a bunch of minis, but I don't want to do that like when I'm gonna move soon.
If you're gonna make minis, you want to go resin printing,
Mm.
like a 3D, D&D characters, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you want to paint, you want to go resin. Forget about filament.
Okay.
The level of detail, the speed as well, is way superior, just in
Okay.
general. The problem with resin though is messy as fuck, and you need ventilation.
Mm.
It's you don't want to breathe that shit. You're wearing gloves. You should be wearing a respirator. Um, you know, but if it's ventilated, it's pretty safe. But it's like anything else. You're dealing with like a volatile chemical. You don't want to breathe,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't want it to get into your skin. So you want to wear gloves. Trust me, like it'll burn. It's toxic too, and it reacts to UV light. So you could end up with chemical burns and shit like that if you had it on your hands.
Okay. So, yeah, it requires a lot of PPE.
Well, I look. I'm used to work with PPE like for that type of shit because I'm in, pest control. Like I work with like worse shit than that. You know what I mean? Um, so you want to get some nitro gloves, and you want to get like I got a bunch of trays because it's a messy process, and if it drips on my trays, it's fine. I can clean them easily. You know what I mean? I don't want it to drip on tables or so I bought some silicone mats to put underneath. That way I can clean the mess, if it drips on the surface. And it just keeps the environment cleaner so you have less like gases that comes out of it and smells and stuff like that.
Oh, it's like a liquid thing.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, it's very thick. You mix it, like you don't have to do any mix, but you have to. It will separate in the bottles after a while, so you have to agitate it very good. And when you print, you want like a temperature about 28 degrees Celsius. You'll have to make that conversion, but
Okay.
um,
I would
and
have the machines usually they just run in Celsius, right?
yeah, but yeah, it's a better standard for shit like that.
Mm.
Like what type of unit.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, you're probably gonna find a lot of milliliters and things like that when you're like if you did buy like a bottles of resin. A lot of those are companies that are like out of like China and Europe, so they use a metric system.
No, it's fine. I'm fine with that.
But you should look into it. Printers are getting easier and easier. Like resin right now, the market they are sparking up a lot. Like the prices are not much more expensive, but than before, but they are easier to maintain. You don't have to calibrate them; it'll do it for itself. Just like ease of life, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
And you don't never trust when they say like 14K, you know, and 12K, and no, like there are some good reviews. Like don't follow the publicity. You know what I mean? Like
What do you mean
I,
by
I,
12 and 14K? Like how many reviews it has, or what?
the you know like the number of pixel, and
Oh,
it's because
resolution.
yeah, because it's a UV light that goes comes from the bottom and shines up, and it will draw the layer. Okay,
Hmm.
so the your what you're printing on the plate, it will print one layer at a time. So it goes down, it prints, it goes up, the resin goes underneath again, it goes down, prints, it goes up, and it does that like a million times until the
Oh, okay.
everything is finished. So underneath you have resolution, like the screen resolution is gonna matter because that's gonna allow you to have more detail. Um, and but the numbers is just like phones, you know what I mean? Like who cares if you have like a 55 fucking megapixel camera, you know what I mean? It doesn't fucking matter at this point, they're all high capacities like on every phone. It's kind of the same marketing, you know what I mean? I always recommend go see reviews of people that worked a lot with a lot of them, that they have printed things and successfully, and can show you the level of detail. And don't go with one brand or another just because of the brand name. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Um, for whatever you can afford and the best you're going to be able to get. You know what I mean?
I'm
For
tempted
the
to get one of
price.
those because my printer has been failing almost every print. Like 3 out of 4 prints, it just miserably fails. So I would like a new
Well,
printer,
the newer printers, the prices are almost the same as before.
right?
It's just they're a lot more easier
More
to use.
features, more options. I'd like one that can start and stop. Like if you need to stop it in the middle of a print and recover it, that would be nice.
Oh,
Because my printer
well,
doesn't do that shit.
well, yours is pretty old. Like your one might. There are some that will do that.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
I know.
generally not recommended though, because of
Yeah.
temperatures and interruption. And when it wants to start again, the nozzle's gonna like, how does it clean itself when it starts again? Uh, but generally the pause thing is mostly for not losing the print if there's like a tiny glitch for a moment. Let's say there's a power surge like that lasts like 1 second. It'll restart where it lost, but
Yeah, I had to print like pause for like overnight, and then when I reprinted, it just ended up failing that like the remaining bit. So I was just like, there's no point in really pausing and continuing.
yeah.
All right, guys, you want to start? I think it's just going to be us
Yeah.
tonight.
Oh,
Yeah.
Will.
Hey
Hey,
guys,
Kyle.
Oh, Joe's probably sleeping.
Yeah, that loser.
we're gonna be eating dinner pretty soon, but then I'll jump on and join you guys.
Okay.
Uh,
I just thought I'd check in and say hi and that I'm here.
Yeah, nice. Appreciate it. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. You are in Tyr, and the whole party is in a neighborhood in Tyr, in a market district that you know well, that you've come back to time and time again. Maybe during your year of downtime, it was a favored hangout. There's a lot of useful shops and friendly folk in the neighborhood of Tyr here, and so during during your rest stop here before you move on to your next big quest, you're catching some refreshment in this bar here called the Sleeping Mechalot, which is a two-story inn that provides decent food and drinks, sleeping quarters upstairs. It's run by a friendly dwarf named Beavis Goridon, who seems a little gruff at first, but he's a ex-gladiator, so he immediately takes a liking to Taurus, who's the gladiator champion of Tyr. So he makes some of the best beer in town, which is probably why you're here. And also, there's rarely any trouble because the bouncer, Twister, is a mighty half-giant, and he deters most of the shadier folks. You don't get a lot of pickpockets or weird people annoying the customers here. It's a pretty nice, pretty chill spot to get a drink.
Okay. So I'll buy a round for the party.
Okay.
Joel will be here soon.
Now, the guide tells me that this is an important location for the players to pick up rumors. So there's a rumor table if you'd like to ask around, do some investigating.
Oh, that's definitely the type of thing that I do. Although, so it's an investigate roll or it's a diplomacy roll?
It would probably be an investigate, but if you want to use a different roll, you could make an argument.
No, can you roll for me on investigate?
Sure. You know what? I didn't get my dice out. You don't have advantage, do you?
Not unless Soul's around to help, or maybe he's making his own separate roll.
He's in the bar. He could give you Bardic Inspiration. A little D10, I think it is. Ooh, he had 6. So you get a 24 before adding mods.
Oh, wow. I think my mod is at least a plus 10.
No, maybe that's 22. So you get a 32. All right.
So we're in the 30s, easily.
So you hear a rumor that a hideous elemental creature that eats young people is sending out a siren call and mesmerizing poor innocents into traveling to its lair.
Is this the one in the forest by... Not Nibene, but farther southeast it was.
They say it's down near Altaruk. It feasts on those who call themselves good. So that's a strong rumor going around.
Yes, that was the one that... Well, there was something that we were going to look into, but I'd forgotten the part that it feasts on those that are considered good. That is a problem.
Yeah, I don't think that was even mentioned before. That's a new...
Yeah, we didn't figure it out why, but we did had Taurus and we had to decurse him. I don't know if you remember.
Well, if this is taking away all the good people of the Tablelands or near Altaruk, that's going to make for a very tough situation for the place that I grew up in.
No, but that will change the alignment of the people, the balance of things. That's not a good thing.
If there's any good left in Altaruk, I'd like to save it. That's actually going to change my next motivation. Because I was all about going over the seas to take it to the Dragon King, but
I'm feeling like they're just trying to lure us in there.
I mean, yeah,
like doing something with the forest.
Well,
No, whatever's creating this drama is close to Tyr. I think they're getting the attention, and they are trying to lure us into a trap.
well, a trap it may be, but if it's going to be killing all the people, the best people of Altaruk that I grew up with, I've got to do what I can to save left.
We might have the element of surprise coming from the sky.
That may be true too. Perhaps we can plug our ears with some kind of beeswax or something to
I'm not that good. That's not gonna work on me.
Can I sort of use like a perception or
If you get affected by it, I can simply remove the curse.
yeah.
Or you can bring scrolls if you're worried about something like that. Get some scrolls or some, not scrolls, but get some tattoos to remove curses on each other.
Oh, that's a thought. You know, I have been studying these different spells that Sadira has taught me. Um, maybe that will protect me, protection
Ni-
from good and evil.
Hey Ninja,
Yeah.
if I bought materials, okay, like ingredients and stuff like that, and it's a clerical spell, would I be able to draw the tattoo on people?
Nah, tattoos are psionic. It's not really a divine magic thing.
Oh, okay. Oh, that would have been cool.
You can, if you know how to write and read, you can make scrolls as a cleric.
Okay. Well, in the future. Well, I'm trying to learn it right now. I'm in the like working on that. So after a while, I guess we'll come back to that. But okay. But
And
anyways, we could get some tattoos, and I'm not too concerned about us being able to like get ourselves out of a trouble. But I think we should expect something. So we will need your skills, Oren, to go and infiltrate.
That's my plan. I plan to head first into this. Um, you know what? That is pretty motivating. Almost okay. I cannot leave Governor Turax, leave my family to the wiles and predations of Governor Turax. Whatever he's going to do to my family, he needs to be taught a lesson about what he can and cannot get away with. Um, I just can't stand for what he did at the resurrection ceremony. So I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Something I look.
Well, if there's one thing I can say about all this is that I would rather that we don't talk politics in my temple again. Next time the things are not going to be going the same way.
The
Did we
personal
even
is the
invite
political.
them?
Well, remember that they came to me asking for the politics. I tried to.
No, I'm not. I'm not
Not
blaming anything on any of us. But
good.
these
Okay. Yeah.
senators defensively should know better and know their place when they're in my temple.
The
All right.
personal
That's
is the
fair. Yeah.
political.
Well. Yeah. That sounds like a good plan. Make some signs or psionic crystals, something that says that sort of thing. But uh, I need to do something. I'm a man of action. I must do something. And so before we take our leave uh, and go towards Altaruk, it sounds, men, is that what we do? Is that the
If
plan?
it's the new kind of enchanted forest thing, I believe that's where I
Yeah.
wanted to go next.
Right.
That-
I mean,
that-
I thought that it was getting everybody equally, but now that it's seems to be
Specifically, good people.
right. Now I'm have a new sense of urgency towards it.
Well, we can go there and then we know about all these other places. We have to hurry up though because we do need to make sure that we support Nibene.
Oh, right. Oh man,
So-
there's so much going on at once.
Exactly.
Well, the
So
thing in Otteruk is sort of on the way, or it's like a slight
Yes.
detour in a
Right
triangle.
there, yeah. We're heading in that direction, and then we're still have to go much more
Okay.
south
Yeah,
after.
I'm okay. I'll be right down there, Lovey.
You got dinner?
Hey,
Yeah, but okay. So here's what I'm
Chris?
hoping to say. Real. Oh, okay. Finish your sentence first.
Oh, I
Go
don't
ahead.
have anything.
You're trying to say to Krias. Go ahead.
Oh, I don't have anything.
No, Grimoire.
I think he means me. I was trying to get your attention. I
Oh,
was
okay.
trying to say, aren't you like the leader of an entire cult of fanatics? Like, can't you just ask people to go do things?
What, me?
Yeah.
Sometimes, but they only answer to the Lord of Flame.
You're the frickin'.
You
You're
are
the
kind of the
high
cardinal.
priest.
You're the pope. Yeah.
I don't abuse them. I want them to flourish in their spirituality.
Okay, but like, he's evidently made himself a hostile force.
Just have to have a conversation with them and tell them not to do it again.
Meanwhile, Taurus and Twister have a arm wrestling contest that is so powerful that it breaks the table and the chairs that they're sitting on.
Okay.
Standing while they're doing it. Yeah.
But before I leave the call, I want to say real quick is after I buy the round and I carouse a little bit with the people, but I'm gonna dip out of the party early in the night, and I'm gonna try. Let's just go ahead and quick this. Using the downtime rules, if you want, we can do. I'll do a crime. A crime against Governor Turax. It can be just to lift various valuables, but
You actually can't leave.
what?
Yeah, there's a combat as soon as you leave this bar.
Crap.
Are we doing that now? I was going to do
Yeah,
something
yeah.
else at the bar.
If you could run my character for that, but at some point before we leave Tier, I want to go ahead and do something, and basically
some kind of heist against them.
some kind of heist, and it won't be exactly like a calling card of Orin. I'm not going to leave it like that, but
You gotta become the Batman of Tyr, and you gotta connect the point between them and the crime. And
This is funny. I imagine
Yes.
I imagine you're just sitting in the bar just talking to yourself about how you're going to get that senator.
that's totally fair, actually. Like the staring into my drink, the clattering table behind, and people are and all of a sudden I'm brooding over a drink or something.
I'm gonna roll for Taurus. He's going to do an investigate to gather information from Twister. Twister's got like animal level intelligence, so the rumor is incomprehensible to Taurus, who has pretty high intellect due to his headband.
I have to go, guys.
All right, see you later.
Okay.
Okay, so Taurus was unable to gather a
invest in
rumor.
some stronger tables and chairs.
Beavis laughs and he says, I got copper, no friends. I'll pay him a few copper, and they'll, or not copper, a few ceramic pieces, and they'll patch up my furniture. This sort of thing happens now and then. Twister's too strong for his own good. Isn't that right, Twister? Twister nods and says, yeah. As he stands in the pieces of furniture.
Can I
Yeah.
kind of like look through the room? I don't know if I don't mean to really doubt Twister over here, but I would like to sort of like use perception or insight to see if there's any like sketchy people he might have missed and let in.
All right. Roll an insight.
Okay, insight.
You look around at the patrons and the bar, trying to gauge whether any of them is sketchy.
27.
27. It seems that the Sleeping Mechalot currently doesn't have a lot of patrons in it. Okay, actually, there's a group in the corner that keeps to themselves, and they have the look of maybe mercenaries about them.
I'm gonna ask them if they've been to the forest or near it, or if they've heard anything else about it.
They say they're waiting for their caravans to form, and they don't have any information for you.
They're waiting for their what to form?
They're just waiting for their caravans to form. Maybe they're caravan
Oh,
guards,
okay.
so they don't really have a lot of information.
Where are your guys' caravan heading? Do you guys need employment, or you already have employment that you're being mercenary for?
Agar has us going to Silver Springs. We're guarding something.
Okay. Well, if you guys are all occupied, then I'll leave you be.
They nod and go back into their drinks, talking amongst themselves and smoking their pipes.
We already rolled in general for investigating the room, or yeah, for investigating the room.
What are we doing in this bar again?
We were getting information about stuff, which I think
no,
you already rolled, right?
Don't we have our information right now that we need?
Maybe.
Sort of.
Sia's not here, so I will say that Soul comes into this bar and says, "This place isn't lively enough. Let me perform for you." And he performs an admirable performance. Not his best performance. It's a little bit low energy. I only rolled a 7, but his bonus is pretty high, so it probably beats a 15. After his performance, he's going to chat with Beavis and see if Beavis knows anything. And Beavis is going to say, "You know, the funniest thing, a few days ago, a band of mercenaries just up and left their table and left their gear and walked out of the place in the heat of the day. Last anyone saw, they were wandering out of town, heading southeast."
Do you happen to keep the gear, or what happened with it?
Yeah, he put it in storage.
And was there any kind of like rumor about what happened to those guys after they left?
Nah, they just up and left. It was like that other group in the corner there. Maybe not as shady as those guys. More upstanding. But, yeah, they just wandered off one day.
Don't suppose the force would have sway over this far away.
More problems, huh? In this city? Why do we have to investigate everything?
Wonder if somebody used some kind of like charming or controlling spell on them. Does it seem normal that people just get up and leave their belongings?
Maybe they were just spies, and they just needed to get what they need, and they left whatever they did not need.
Well, we kind of talked to everyone in the bar, then we can go. Horace, are you done breaking everything you want in here?
He nods his head. He steps outside. Soul looks across the street, and he points and says, "There's a tailor. Looks like she makes fine clothing. And over there, a money changer. That must be Agar, the money changer. He's the one those mercenaries were talking about." You can see Agar is a half-elf, and he's dressed very well. He's quite wealthy, and he's got a towering half-giant bodyguard behind him named Ogramar Shatterface. He's a dangerous looking half giant.
Need to get that freaking name renewed.
Shatterface?
Was Silver Springs on the way to the forest place?
No, it's the other way.
Oh, whatever. They're like,
Maybe we should go and talk to that half-elf.
Yeah, if you want to. Alright, you step into the money changers. The half-elf eyes you up and down and smiles and says, "Hey, cuz. Fancy to be visited by such a prestigious and religious figure as yourself."
We've heard some rumors that there were some mercenaries that just left everything behind with them.
He nods and he says, "Those scoundrels, I paid them and they simply walked off on me. If I catch them, there will be hell to pay."
What are you paying them for?
Simple protection. I am sending goods back to Silver Springs. I have relatives there.
So you just got cheated a little bit.
Yes.
how long ago was this that they walked off?
A week ago.
And they sold anything?
No, they just disappeared one night. The innkeeper even said they left their gear behind.
Hmm.
I'm gonna do some detecting magic in the area.
Was there anything else going on? Anything different?
Not that I know of. They seemed perfectly competent and ready to do the job one day, and the next day they were just gone.
No, but was there any, like, maybe strangers, weird people you've seen coming by at about the same time? Try to see if they left on their own or maybe they've been taken away.
I had heard that some crazy sorceress has been turning the neighborhood on its ear. She's been sending her henchmen to look for anyone who has witnessed the great forest that is springing up in the southeast.
So one of those that are spreading her rumors, huh?
Well, it's not my concern. My caravan was headed to Silver Springs.
Would you say that those mercenaries were they good individuals? Were they or were they just a bunch of scoundrels?
Yes, they seemed upstanding. I felt I could take them at my word. My gut instinct for this sort of thing is rarely wrong.
So it is the curse then.
Curse, you say? What
Pulling
sort of
people away.
curse?
People pulling people away with good alignments. It's not a rumor. It is something that is happening right now. We've noticed it with our own eyes, anyways.
All right. Several
What
people
was
come in and ask him to change coins, so he attends to some business for a moment. He's changing out various foreign currency for Tyrian marks, gold marks, and silver coins.
Is it talking about a sorceress? Where is she? Is it the Adrizil? Or is that another character?
What, the old seamstress? No.
Yeah.
No, not her. A sorceress, like a scion. Psionic
she?
woman. Oh, I don't know. It's just a rumor. If I had more to go on, I'd have my men investigate.
Alright. I guess we'll leave. Do you wanna Morg, do you wanna say anything or Thera?
I still was doing my detect magic scheme.
Just don't go out of your way trying to do anything super nice for a while until that forest thing is dealt with.
If you're trying to detect the influence, yeah, there probably is an enchantment in the air, although it's faint and distant.
I try to identify it.
You don't get more than that. I think detect magic will just reveal the school of magic, maybe a hint about its power level.
Alright, what is that?
Enchantment, weak and distant.
And I identify it.
No. You just know that there is a magic effect that seems to be influencing people of good alignment.
Are there any rangers about?
Sure, you could find one. Out in the city here.
I'm gonna go request his assistance.
You'll have to search around a little bit to find one.
Alright, well, along the way, then.
Taurus, being impatient, begins to walk down the street. Passes the clothing shop. He sees a water stand with a very bored-looking half-elf sitting on some casks of water. He doesn't need water, so he walks on by.
I'm gonna go back into the
Jojo.
the inn. I'm gonna ask Beavis if I can kind of inspect some of the items, at least one of the items of the mercenaries that just left their stuff behind.
Okay,
Maybe I can
he
use
retrieves shield.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out my mirror and use scrying on the shield to see the owner of it.
Okay. The owner is walking through a rocky badland.
Rocky Badland. Is there a Rocky Badland between here and the forest
Yeah.
place?
Yeah, he's walking towards the setting sun. West of Alteruk, probably.
Hmm. Okay. Well, I think I have a good general idea of where he is, Beavis. It seems he's out on the road. Uh, Thank you for letting me borrow it, put it back in the storage.
All right. Beavis nods. He returns the item to the chest in the back.
I'm awake.
You're awake. I've been playing for you, Joe. You won an arm wrestling contest with another half giant.
I love it.
You tried to gather information from him, but he's got the intellect of a cow, so he didn't really have much to say.
I wanted to see two dumb giants give each other intelligent
Hey, giant man, what's 1 + 1?
or
4?
advice.
Wait,
on
5. I think it's 5, he says.
Okay, that's ridiculous levels of not knowing.
Strong, loyal, but not smart.
Taurus smart.
Dark type. You're smart because you have a magic smartness crown.
So
Neener.
Joe, I was telling everybody this is sort of a section of Tyr, a neighborhood in Tyr, before you're able to leave town on your next quest, where you're expected to gather information. So there's a bunch of NPCs for you to talk to here, and you were at a favorite drinking spot called the Sleeping Mechalot, run by Beavis Gorodin, a dwarf who makes some of the best beer in town. And he's got a bodyguard, a bouncer named Twister, who you were just arm wrestling with. So that's probably why you like this place. It's popular with strong half giants, and the beer is really good.
I like it. Where's Rosto?
A Rosto the Old sometimes comes to this neighborhood. He's not here currently, but a friend of his, Perusa the Farseer, lives around the corner. Sometimes a Rosto's there when you go looking for him.
I like it.
You also went
Just
to
like your
talk to Agar the Money Changer, who runs caravans to Silver Springs. Did you want to ask him any questions?
Oh, I used to work for this dude before I joined the group. He's my homie.
He was complaining that some of his mercenaries bailed on him after he had paid them. He's hired new mercenaries. They're over in the inn right now.
Oh,
But it's related to the forest west of Alteruk. They seem to have wandered off in that direction.
well,
And they didn't even take their shields and swords. They just left.
I'll tell him what I know about that whole curse thing.
Yeah. The party was telling him a little bit about it. He was curious. It hasn't affected him. He's more neutrally aligned as a merchant. He also has a half-giant next to him, named Ogrimmar Shatterface, and he's a very intimidating half-giant. So, sort of the rich banker sitting at his little pavilion, and just the massive, dangerous bodyguard behind him, making sure none of the thieves get any big ideas.
Please don't also arm wrestle him. He's working.
He is on the job. You see Adris Zill, the old seamstress, working in her shop here. She's got dresses
I've been through this
and
city
clothes.
before. When I used to do my my mercenary gig before I joined this group. Yeah. I know all these people. Cool people. I've came a long way, you know.
don't need any clothes, but maybe she might have information.
Yeah, do you want to talk to her?
I'm gonna ask her if she knows about any of the people around that were being abducted or leaving abruptly in the city.
Did she know them? She shakes her head and says, "No, I'm afraid I did not know them. The mercenaries were not buying my dresses," she says jokingly.
Oh, do you make anything other than dresses?
"I make robes as well."
Hmm.
She says, "Some old man in robes was seen wandering through the neighborhood late yesterday. His mind seems to be gone, probably crazy from the heat. He looked like he'd been spending a bit too much time wandering in the desert. Kept mumbling, 'I'm Amalek. My mind is my own.' Quite strange."
Do we know who Amalak is?
Nope.
Mm. Is Amalek in
Quite
the
strange
city
indeed.
now? Do you know?
Say again?
Is Amalek in the city, or were you saying that person was just wandering outside somewhere?
Wandering around. She got to thinking about it because you asked about what she makes, and she makes dresses and robes, and thinking about robes led her to discuss the wandering robed figure in town just recently. I guess it's like one of the local rumors. The local gossip, a stranger in town.
Do you have any kind of garments that are enchanted in a way that stops sort of like mind influences?
A garment that stops mind influences. Well, she looks through the items that she has on hand. No, not that one. Not this one. Let's see. This one grants you advantage on wisdom perception checks. That's not helpful. Nah, she shakes her head. "Afraid not. Nothing like that."
Most unfortunate. One of our party members sometimes gets afflicted by things like that. Well, thank you for your help. We might come back later.
Yeah. She does have lots of clothing that protects against the elements, the heat of the day, the cold of the night. Masterwork quality, even, like her cotton outfit of extremes. Although, 60 gold for that one.
Oh, I am really low on money.
Meanwhile, Sol has gone next door to the bored half-elf named Brindrin Oric, and he's going to gather information. He gets a really good roll, so he does get some information from Brindrin. Brindrin says that a beautiful woman called Greenbringer of great mental and magical powers has appeared southeast of here near Altaruk. Her messengers are a prophet and a bard who are rallying the people to her side. She promises to restore Athos to the greenery of the past, and has already done so in a small area.
Well, I'm very intrigued now, although, based on the reports of Magic Man spiriting away nice people, it sounds questionable.
If you're headed that way, make sure to stock up on water. My prices are fair.
What prices are those?
I think it's 2 ceramic pieces per gallon of water.
That does sound pretty fair.
How are we on water stock? Do we need a refill?
I don't know.
Who keeps track of that thing?
Joe has like a ton of water in his bag, so you're probably alright. There's also lots of water on the airship.
Yeah, okay. Well, when we get back from our journey, we'll be sure to refill here. Thank you.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Morg, you have high perception. You overhear a conversation in an alleyway nearby.
Can I tell any details about the conversation?
Yeah. One moment. Okay. Thus far, the neighborhood has been a useful place for your group. Food, drink, rest, equipment, stories, and friends all have been found in sufficient supply here. As you make your way through the neighborhood, you catch some movement at the corner of your eye. In the alley, there are 3 figures attacking a 4th figure. The victim appears to be an old man. As your eyes adjust to the alley's dim light, you can make out his features. You cannot tell if his eyes are wide with fear or heat madness. But he's saying, "Please, please leave me be. I am a great wizard, and if you do not leave me be, I shall strike you all dead. If only I could remember the spell. Oh, he's gonna strike us dead, he is. Shouldn't we all be on our knees begging for mercy? Now, old man, stand still and do what we say. Our magic lady wishes to speak with ye." He's not standing still. Looks like we'll have to beat him some more.
Do I see this happening?
Now, Morg overhears this. He's the one that got close.
Frick.
The last of the 3 assailants says, "A pleasure, but remember, he has to be alive. The mistress ordered it so."
I will say in our mental link to rush towards me near the alleyway at the end of the street. There's an assault going on a poor old man.
Okay, I'm rolling initiative. Bam. Orin is first. So Orin had snuck over to this alleyway here. He's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to here. He's going to use his bonus action to go into stealth. So he is hidden around the corner here, trying to get a look. And through his mental link, it's going to say that he sees the men in the alley. Should we attack?
I was going to be a bit more subtle about it.
All right.
Well, we should definitely get them to stop harassing the wizard.
In that case, he's going to ready an action to throw a weapon if they make an aggressive move towards a member of the party.
I'm going to summon the air elemental and have it just sort of surround him and lift him out of there.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Good plan, but you go almost last. So the mugger boss is going to grab the confused wizard, and he moves 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So he's got this old man like on his shoulder carrying him over in this direction here. And the other 2 muggers stand there, and he passes in between them. And then Grimorn, you're next.
Now these are 10-foot squares.
5-foot squares.
Yep.
Oh, actually, it is supposed to be 10-foot squares, huh?
Okay.
Did they attack?
They are grappling and dragging the wizard somewhere.
He has been picked up and thrown over the shoulder of this mole here.
Oh. That's not a good thing, huh?
I overheard them saying that they were kidnapping people to their mistress. Can be up to no good.
What are the buildings made of over here?
Adobe. Red brick.
Oh, great.
My Red Bull has run out. I'm gonna have to go get another one from the fridge. Alright. You plan and strategize for 1 minute. I'll be right back.
Do we attack them or what?
I'm going to try and charm them if we are not attacking them. and maybe possibly get information about who this lady of theirs that they serve.
Maybe what I can do is block the pathway with a firewall and tell them to stay there.
It took the confused wizard.
I am back. Alright. Grimorn moves across the plaza.
Okay, so they were walking in the direction. They were walking towards Orin, huh?
Let's see. I guess these guys are supposed to be a bit smaller. Yeah, well, Orin... He moved around the corner here so that he could see what's going on.
Yep.
And he has a ready to action, but they haven't made a threatening move yet, so it hasn't triggered.
I'm doing a ready action too. I just walk into the direction here, and I'll just do a ready action because I'll just observe for a time being. Okay.
Okay. Now that it's scaled properly, it's a little more like that. 10-foot squares. Okay, so you didn't do anything?
No, I'm observing.
More?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he's within 30 feet of me. I'm going to charm just the leader. Charm person.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, hey, friend, what are you doing carrying that frail old man? He looks scared. And who is the lady said you were going to bring him to? You never talked to me, your best friend, about your lady friend. He has to make a DC 23 wisdom saving throw.
Alright. Wisdom saving throw. Yeah, I think that's a bad roll for fighters. Actually, I think he's got an ability that he can roll again. Let me see here. Indomitable. You can reroll a saving throw that you fail. So he's going to do that. Nope. Okay. So you charm him.
Hey, friend, why are you carrying off that poor old man? He
Okay.
seems quite frightened.
He gets confused for a moment as you've befuddled his mind with your charm. And he says, well, I was told to bring anybody to Lyrillin.
It's kind of funny watching him struggle with the sudden brain damage.
Who's Lyrillin, and why does she want this guy, or is it just anybody she wants?
Lyrillin Tor. She wanted us to capture the old man and bring him to her.
She didn't say why to you.
She didn't tell us that. We just follow orders. We're gonna meet her later. After dark. At midnight.
Do you mind if we tag along for this meeting?
I don't think she'd like that.
Can I try to persuade? It's like, it's fine. We're just gonna be in the background. We're not barely noticeable.
No, I really don't think that's a good idea. We were told to meet her alone and just bring the old Kank alive. Something about a magic tree. I don't know. I don't know, pal. Like I don't got time for this. We're supposed to be on the move. Like time's ticking here. You know how it is.
Of course, I understand it. then I say to my party, doesn't seem like they're gonna let him go. We should do something. They're taking him to the magical tree in the mental link.
Say, hey, ask them if they know anything about the randos who've been disappearing.
You're saying that out loud?
Well, I'm thinking it at you violently.
Violent thinking.
Should I ask them that? Yeah, I asked them in this turn. We've been talking for a while.
Well, the two minions, they stand next to their boss here, keeping an eye out. One moves here, one moves here. Ready to action in case you make any funny moves. You'll notice that they're all wearing strange armor. You've never seen anything quite like it. Like, these are no slouches. They're armored, and their armor is clearly enchanted and covered in runes.
If they're not doing anything, that would be Taurus's turn.
Taurus. Joe, what do you do?
What happened?
It's your move.
What I do?
The mole muggers just kind of like moved and held ready actions. They are abducting a poor old confused wizard man.
So
and they're trying to bring him to a magic tree.
so far, the party's using charm and diplomacy. So do you want to just sit back and let that happen, or do you want to rush in?
I'll use intimidation.
You gonna try to intimidate them and make them put the man down?
I swear to God. Yeah. Can I use a strength intimidation?
Hang on, what's your movement? 45 feet?
45?
Okay, let's see. If you start here... 10, 20, 30, 45, that would get you here.
I can do an extra 25 if I rage.
It's a pretty big map, so that only gets you halfway with that 45 movement. Do you want to dash?
No, then I can't use my intimidation.
True. But you'd get close. You have to be close to intimidate anyway. It's like a melee action.
I'll use my rage to get 25 closer.
25 closer, so 5, 25, that moves you here. So the nearest one of them is like 35 feet away. 20, well, you've got reach, so if you could move 30 feet up, you'd be able to reach them.
Well, I can't reach them, but unless I dash, but
And then you could use a reaction to like opportunity attack them.
they already kidnapped him, or they're kidnapping him right now.
They're kidnapping him. They have him on his shoulder and they're moving.
They've already successfully grappled him. They're carrying him. The leader has been charmed by Morg and had a friendly conversation with him, but says, "I gotta go, buddy. Like, I got a job to do. This old man's gotta be taken to the mistress by midnight tonight."
Well, I'll dash to get in front of them and block their path. Like, I want to be in range of them.
10, 20, 30, 40, 45 gets you here. Okay, you are within melee range of one of them.
I want to be in melee range of the one who has the guy.
Oh, in that case, you'd stop more like here. Okay. So you get within melee range of the leader. The charmed leader, holding the hostage.
And, yeah, so my reaction will be if he leaves my range with the guy, I'll attack him.
Okay.
As will my sentry.
So he can't move without taking a hit.
Yep.
And that would stop him.
And my turn.
Alright, the befuddled wizard kicks his heels and makes an attempt to acrobatically get out of this hold. He only rolls a 10. A 12 isn't good enough. So he struggles in vain, but this very, very strong mole warrior has him in a iron-like grip. Ring sight, it's your move. You are at the far end of the street. You're aware that Taurus and Morg are interacting with the muggers, kidnappers.
I'm rethinking my plan here, because we're just directly opposing them now.
Yep. Can I? Okay, sorry.
Dangerous these guys seem.
Okay, so they are each mole warriors, and they're each wearing a rather unique suit, very steampunk-looking mechanical armor that is covered in magical runes. Clearly a very expensive magic item, completely covering each of their bodies.
How far away am I?
100 feet.
Oh, that is too far away from most of my magics.
Maybe more like 130 feet. It's pretty far.
Yep. 130, 140.
Hey, Ninja.
Yeah.
Can I take the rest of my action for moving closer?
If you still had movement. I mean, if you...
I doubt the air elemental's getting him away from them.
So you're saying you wanted to dash, right?
Yeah.
Good if he did like the air explosion thing and then it knocks them out like 5-10 feet in
Yeah, but that
separate
would
directions.
include him in the burst.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that would get rid of the grapple at least.
Yeah, but then he might die. I don't know how frail this guy is.
He's a wizard. He's got levels.
I got something for the
magic.
wizard. I got something for the wizard.
Is it fireball?
No. Well, actually, I could do that, but I'm not gonna do that.
No.
No, I wasn't gonna do that because the walls here would just fall apart and I'll catch the village
Whatever.
on
I guess
fire.
I'll just sprint over there.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
We are dealing with kidnappers now.
Is
They're
this for the air
fucking old
elemental ninja?
Ring sight sprints forward.
Hey Ninja, is that the new character there? Is that for this air elemental?
Yeah, I couldn't find the PNG one.
Oh, this is better.
I mean, it's supposed to be a genie, though. All right, well, it's
Is there a fire one like that, or
sure. Check it out.
I don't know?
Fire.
Oh, you just switch it. Cool.
I think its default color is just like this. It's sort of like a bluish. So it doesn't color change real good because when you have a base of blue, it tints everything. I like that it's animated, though. I have a bunch of animated ones.
Yeah, it looks good.
fire gens are usually more maroon colored anyways. They're not like solid red.
Sure. Where does your elemental go? Is he dashing forward as well? Ring sight.
Oh, I didn't know I got to still summon him. I dashed.
I thought you summoned him before we went into turns, didn't you?
I guess I would have then. Alright, I guess he dashes as well.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong about that?
I'm not sure. I remember saying it, and then you said afterwards something about the turn order.
Ooh, okay, I see.
So
Yeah,
I
you said you had
wasn't sure.
you said you had a good idea, but it's not his turn.
Right. All right. Well, then not summoned yet. I'll just put it off to the side. You dash forward. You cover a lot of the distance, but you were pretty far, so you're not real close yet. All right. Soul is not here. He's also going to dash. he gets this far. Orin, I took your turn because you were at the top of the turn order. I had you move and go into stealth and ready in action to throw a dagger if one of the bad guys made an aggressive move, which they have not yet.
Okay. So they haven't made an aggressive move, but they have a confused wizard.
Well, all right. So the recap so far is they were sent to kidnap this befuddled old man, and they did so, and they are leaving with the befuddled old man. Morg approached them and charmed the leader to get information out of him, but at that point did not oppose them. So currently they look at Morg as a friend, but they're saying, "Hey, buddy, we gotta go. We got a job to do. We got to get out of here." So they're about to continue away. But then Taurus runs up and readies his weapon to swing on them if they move. So that threatening action has them looking a little confused. So they haven't done anything yet.
These squares 5 feet.
Well, don't do anything yet.
And-
Well, actually,
and
no.
we-
It is your turn. So it's come back around to your turn. So yeah, you can go ahead and do whatever you want.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So within 30.
10 foot squares. They're big.
Oh, they're 10-foot squares?
Yeah.
Well, then I can get there with a bonus dash action. Okay, I probably can't manhandle the mole who has the leader. I'm gonna go ahead and pin. I want to try and pin the mole mugger that I can get to. So sneak to do that. I'm gonna try and help him to the ground, basically.
Yeah, I don't know if you have enough action economy for this. Hang on. So you started here, and you go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's a move.
Yeah.
And then you dash, so that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, which would get you here. But then you're still 5, 10, 15,
All right, well,
20
then
feet.
Listen. I'll teleport all the way there using a dice to do my teleport action.
Are you saying from the starting position you're going to throw your dagger?
I can do it from the starting position.
Because you can throw it like 60 feet, right?
100.
Or yeah, okay. So
Well, actually, no, 60 feet is what I rolled. So there you go. 60 feet. Because it's a D10 times 10. So there you go.
okay, so you can throw your dagger this far, and then you still have movement. So then you want to get close to him, and that's easy.
Poof, and then there we go. Okay. So I use a dice, and I'm going to go ahead and... oof. Pardon me. Actually, wait a minute. Isn't it plus 13?
I mean, you've already used an action, though.
How many actions do you think I have used?
I use an action.
Well, I think you can't also grapple him this turn, is what I'm saying.
What are you action?
Okay, wouldn't the
Teleport
standard
is an
action in 5e? All I've done is move. I
You-
did a bonus action, a move action.
Throwing your
Oh, is that
dagger's an
standard?
attack, isn't it?
No, it's a bonus action
Throwing your
teleport.
dagger's a bonus action.
for teleport. It is, yeah. No, I can go share you the what it is.
All right. If that's a bonus action, yeah, you're fine.
Okay, so
Yeah, he's fine.
it's okay. But anyway,
Just wanted
fine,
some
guys, come on.
clarification. That's
I think it's just the D20,
Verification.
and then I rolled advantage. So there we go. Okay.
Advantage.
Just if you're not
Moving
aware
on.
of the description of these guys since you were gone, these guys are wearing some kind of like exoskeleton rune armor.
Oh, okay.
Description.
Yeah, like if you can see the table, like
Yeah.
that's what they look like.
They're special.
Oh, dang, that it is kind of special.
they're wearing power armor from Fallout.
That's what it kind of looks like. It's kind of
So, I don't know.
Power
I don't know if
armor.
you want to rethink trying to grapple a power armor suit guy.
Yeah.
Well, I guess in 5e you've got interacts. Do I see anything important that I can power this thing down with?
Oh, like cut a cable or something.
Well, if we're going with the power armor, I can just, interact and pull the fusion core from the back. That's something different.
Unfortunately, this one runs on magical runes that can't be removed easily.
Right. Well, I'm kind of strong. Probably not power armor strong, but we're gonna. I'm gonna help him to the ground anyway.
Slice his head off.
He hasn't done anything violent yet. We're just gonna
Yeah,
take...
he's just kidnapping someone. That's not kind
Okay,
of violence.
here's the thing. I want more information on why they're doing
Right.
this nonsense.
Well, they said that their leader hasn't even told them. They're just following orders.
Yeah.
They don't know why. They're
They're
just
just
doing
drones.
Okay, well, was I successful in? So I have to roll again, don't I?
What was your roll? 24?
24.
Is that your grapple attempt?
I can throw a dice at it if it's not successful.
So, all right, hang on. Your opponent activates an ability. I have activated my trap card, Storm Rune. Twice per day, you cannot be surprised unless incapacitated. And you can use your reaction to force any roll a creature within 60 feet makes to have advantage or disadvantage. So he kills your advantage from not being seen.
Okay, well then what does that do to my roll? Was the first one? So it makes it an 11 then.
And
So
he
that's
gives
fine.
you disadvantage.
it.
Oh, okay. So
You
It
got
gives him
21.
double disadvantage.
I get the lower of the two rolls now.
So he cannot be surprised, which means you don't get advantage, and he imposes disadvantage with the same power.
well,
Okay.
so now I rolled the 11 then. It's the 11 then.
Right.
Yeah.
Of the two rolls, I took the lower one, which was the 11.
Yeah.
So that makes it instead of 24, it's a 20.
21.
Okay. He resists. He's too powerful.
Wait, I'll roll a die. I'm throwing a dice at it.
Okay.
D10. Sonic Knack. Well, there we go. I'm blowing 2 dice in this round. That's crazy.
How many of
Yeah,
those do you have?
great.
All
I
right.
have
What is
10.
It was close. You do manage to sink in the hold using your psionic extra power.
Okay. So a little bit of extra premonition, and I can boost my strength and throw him to the ground. I forget how much I can get away with in this edition. You know, with the grapple. I know how it works with 3.5, but
Well, with the grapple, you've got him in a hold, which takes away his ability to move. So he
Okay, so
has
now-
speed of 0 right now.
do I have to do? I can't roll for a pin yet. That's next round.
Yeah, you'll have to wait.
Okay.
So the Mole Mugger boss, he's charmed by Morg, and he says, "Hey, friend, why is your tall friend here pointing his weapon at me? I don't like that. You think you're tough?" He slaps his chest and grows 2 sizes bigger.
Whoa.
Oh.
He is now giant size, and the confused wizard is but a small figure resting lightly upon his shoulder. The transformation looks painful. His armor expands out as his body grows to conform to the new shape of his size. He is now as mighty as a towering giant, even bigger than Taurus.
serious stuff.
And he rolls an intimidate against Taurus. And he's got a 24 intimidate against Taurus.
And are we immune? No, we didn't have a Heroes Feast, so we don't have immunity to fear right now, do we?
It's not really a fear effect. It's a threat of violence. Joe, are you there?
That's not a threat. That's a promise. I don't know what the save is for that. Like,
Actually, I guess it does say that it's frightened, huh?
Are you supposed to like roll a counter check?
Well, he's
of
he's a
your-
barbarian, so he might have. He's enraged right now, so I don't even know if
I'm
that
immune
was-
to frightened. But it doesn't matter. At that point, I'm thinking it's violent.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
what,
not
what you want? Some violent shit.
right. It's not like, you know, a frightened effect. It's like, yes, please. Putting
Well,
that
I mean, it was a good time.
Right, index fingers together, please.
Okay, well,
I got up in that ass.
you approach him looking like you're ready to do some violence, and he doesn't back down. He just gets bigger and stares you down. So he's a tough guy as well. But he doesn't start the fight right off the bat, because you're a friend of his friend Morg, who he's suddenly friends with for some reason. He doesn't want to hit one of his friend's friends. That would be rude. But
Well, I didn't hit them yet. I just got in there, up in their way.
right, so he's just matching your level of threateningness by.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
Can I do a dispel
Gonna make
magic?
you stand up.
Can I do a dispel magic on his armor?
It's your turn. Do you cast it?
I wonder if like is that a doable thing?
Yeah.
Should I roll it at higher level? Or?
Yeah, I mean, you
Don't
don't know
know.
what level of magic the enchantment is on the armor that's making it do that. The embiggening thing.
Little buddy, what you want? Some violent shit. Jump down, turn around, pick a bale of cotton. Jump down, turn around, pick a bale of
I'm gonna do a dispel magic level 5 on his armor.
All right.
Oh, Lord. Jump down, turn around, pick a bale of cotton. Jump down, turn around, pick a bale of hay. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I think that suppresses his armor, and he shrinks back down to size.
And I tell him we're here to talk, but we can fight if you really want to. But I think you should let our friend down.
The mistress isn't gonna like that.
Who's the mistress?
Lyrillin Tor, he said that already.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't there. Okay. Tor. Wait a minute. Tor. My notes. I guess that's not one of the noble houses.
No, it's a sorceress, no?
Wait, so when he
It's,
said the mistress isn't like that, he refused to drop the wizard?
Yeah, he refused to drop the wizard.
I don't see that name anywhere on my notes here.
Well, you might have never.
Hey,
It's a
Grimoire,
new
is your
character.
turn over?
Was that?
Are you done? After...
Give me a second. I'm going to cast spiritual weapon.
You create a spiritual weapon as a bonus action?
Yeah.
Where do you put it?
I'm looking for my little sword.
For your
Yeah, it's
little
not the time to be
sword.
looking for it.
Yeah. I'm fine. I think I left it on another table.
There
I'll
you go.
use this.
Hey,
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
And it will appear straight in the middle of them.
Sword of Damocles.
Oops.
Oops. Yeah. That's one of those hard to resize ones.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like.
Yep. 300 feet tall.
Yeah, and it might fall on them. And that's the end of my turn. Yeah.
Morg.
Dude, I feel like I'm on some like cocaine or something. Fuck.
Whom? You?
Yeah, dude. My fucking pulse is like crazy. My blood pressure is like normal.
There is.
My fucking pulse is just like high as fuck.
You having a lot of stress or something?
Mm. All I did was wake up.
Ninja, can I sort of like flavor my thorn whip to not be thorny and make it do no damage? Just do the grapple effect if I land a hit.
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to try to lasso whip the. It's 30 feet. And so I'm going to. Am I 30 feet of 10, 20? Yeah. I'm gonna lasso whip the confused ninja and try to like pull him out of the mugger leader's arms or off his shoulder.
All right.
Okay, so I make an attack roll with as a spell attack, so it uses my proficiency and wisdom mod, right? As a spell attack roll?
Yeah.
Okay. That's plus 10.
Don't you have a magic item that you gain a bonus with spell attacks? Like a sickle of the moon?
Bonus to attack. Oh, it does also do attack rolls. I thought it was only for DC use from the saving throws. So it's another plus 3.
You like that new model, Morg?
So 25 to hit the wizard.
You got him.
Wait,
Roll.
what new model?
You'll have to roll a strength to pull him
The
off,
purple
too.
one? Oh, I do? Because it's contested? Okay, strength. Just a strength check, right?
Yeah.
Or,
To pull him free from the grasp of the grappler.
okay.
And he's very strong, so it's not an easy roll.
Oh, only 11.
Yeah. He doesn't budge an inch. He's in an iron-like grip.
Because the way that the Thorn Whip spell says it, it doesn't say that there's a contested. It just says that if the creature is large or smaller than you, you can pull the creature up to 10 feet closer to you.
Okay. Then you have moved them both 10 feet closer.
Okay. We really don't want you to be taking people as much as it would displease your lady. We don't want you just taking wizards around against their will. That'll be my turn.
You like that new model, Morg?
The purple one, yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so it's the Mugger minion's turn.
The Mugger minions... I have to roll to see if they're aware of what's going on. Mugger minion 1. He rolls an insight. Which he's not proficient in. So he's got a 10, and that's not good enough. And the other guy rolls a 1, so that gives him a 2, and that's not good enough.
Sure.
Neither of them is aware that their boss has been charmed. So
Are they like looking into like following his order?
So they're confused about what to do, so they do nothing. So they're just like, boss? So,
Huh.
Taurus, you're standing there. You just saw Morg use his vine whip to try to drag the wizard out of the hands of this guy who's, in a tug of war with Morg, who's still holding the wizard by his ankles as the wizard's being pulled away. And he's like, the mistress wouldn't like this. He's struggling to hang on to it. Hang on to the wizard. And the wizard is very confused, and he's like, unhand me.
Which one of us?
Yeah, he's talking to the mugger.
Oh, I just had a delightful little idea in my head.
What's that?
Whose turn is it? Is
It's
mine
Taurus's
yet?
turn.
Taurus's.
Joe.
When's mine?
Joe, are you
I want-
sleeping?
I'm here. Yeah, I want to take the wizard from him.
Okay.
I'll do a contested grapple.
Give it your best shot. How strong are you? He's got a
D20
firm
with
grip.
advantage.
And you're raising.
Oh, D20 plus 20 plus advantage.
What? Heading out? Or is that just me?
Yeah, go ahead. D20 advantage plus 20.
Oh, somebody else needs to roll it?
Yeah.
Okay, all
All
right.
right, I'm here. I'm just not there. My computer.
Rolled a 20.
Damn.
So 40.
All right, with incredible strength, you pry his hand open, pick the wizard up out of his hands and off his shoulder, and the wizard is now in your possession.
And it was
My
Mistress
wizard.
Tor. Was the name?
Toar, Larilyn Tor.
Whatever. Yeah.
We're
My
kind of,
wizard.
you know, Ninja, we're kind of bullying them right now.
Yeah, this doesn't feel great.
Well, they're not really collaborating, but we're really trying not to fucking kill them.
I tell him this is my wizard now. I tell him to get lost. And that's my turn.
All right.
I check on the wizard and make sure the wizard's okay.
He rolls a history. He recognizes you as the champion of Tyr, gladiator champion of the arena. He's seen you fight. So he nods his head and says, whatever you say, champ. You're a wizard now. And he just puts up his hands and backs off.
I'm gonna say to the leaders, like, what does the mistress do when she gets upset about not getting people?
Bad things, buddy. I'm gonna have hell to pay for this.
We can try to help if you want. You know, we could be friends.
Does she do good things with the people that she takes to the forest? What kind of
You know
things does
what?
she do?
Listen. We have the situation under control. Can we take this inside? Like, for example, okay, what's in 7 here?
7.
Where they were heading off to? They were heading off to.
What is in building number 7?
Let's take a look.
I
Building
don't think they're trying
7.
to go in the building. I think they're trying to run out this alleyway in this direction.
Yeah, they were just leaving town.
They're a legend.
Yeah, hang on a second.
We can just say that there's a barn, or this one over here is a stableman. Let's go to the stables.
Or between the two buildings or something, like where it's a little more quiet.
Yeah. We can just, whether or not it's a stable, I want to leave them into the stables over to the side here. And we're going to go ahead and have a quiet conversation away from prying eyes. This way, men. And thank you. So if it's money that you're out of, that we can help you with that. But you seem to be
I'm back.
that you're threatened.
Start over. Ninja just came back.
Okay. Well, I was just mostly doing role play there, but saying, okay, if it was money, I'm prepared to go ahead and help them out with some money. So they're not going to be destitute. But I'm guessing that they didn't get those armors just from. They got them from their patron. Go ahead.
We could simply, go and see her and stop her from hurting them. That's all. But we need to know where she is. And maybe they can help us take us there. And in exchange, we'll save their lives, from
what do you think of that? No, I'm asking the mulls. I'm asking the men.
The mulls are scared.
I see that.
You're gonna get us killed.
We understand that, but do you know who we are? I think that Saul should explain who we are
Okay.
and sing them a song or something.
He
Well,
sings a
obviously, they
ballad
either
of your
deal with us
adventures and
now, or they
exploits.
deal with her later.
Right.
So what happened?
And
Ninja?
obviously, I'm the bigger threat. So
Okay, well, you convince them that you are more dangerous than Larilyn Tor.
Help us help you.
now we need to get information from them.
And you know what? Listen, I'm gonna knock off. Okay, I already spent a gold on what buying a round for everybody. Well, a gold is probably too much for a round for everybody. I don't know how much I spent, but I'm gonna knock off. What's reasonable? 2 gold a person? 5 gold a person?
Piece.
A silver
piece of person.
A silver a person?
I think their life, saving their life is good enough.
Well, but what if we need to go ahead and give these guys a place to lay low?
Then maybe we can hire them to do some work for us.
Yeah, we'll start with the silver piece each. I'm marking it off my sheet. But just as a start, for your troubles. Listen, gentlemen.
We're talking in front of them about how we're gonna deal with them in the future.
Well, look. I understand the mercenary's life. I understand times can be hard on Tablelands. But who is she? Where is she? What does she want with this old man?
Yeah, and what can we expect from?
You
from
put up
her?
a good fight. We recognize your strength.
Your devotion to.
We'll pay them. Say your life in a silver piece of person.
Well, we can do better. But
I'm just trying to do it in character.
do you want me to roll diplomacy?
I'm just saying.
What are we doing here? Let's let's
Ninja,
go
what do you
to
think?
find the source.
I'm not BSing. I'm ready to go ahead.
Give us the information. We'll spare your lives. And
They
give you
kind of
some-
already told us like her name. They don't have a purpose.
Where's she
They
at?
don't know the purpose for the old man, like why they're bringing him.
Oh, they don't know the
No,
purpose?
they don't know anything.
But they do know
Where is
is.
she?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
she's in the forest place, and we're going there.
Oh,
can I do
wait! She knows
something
that
now?
already. Wait, she's from the forest place.
Yeah, and these guys, they can just be our guides, That's
Well,
gonna be
crap.
safer.
Oh, I guess I missed that part. Well, whatever.
You work for us now.
They've
Yeah,
been bullied.
Shoot, I guess I could use people in my army, my ranchers. After all, Senator Senator.
So it says here, the 3 mole henchmen are cocky and arrogant, confident in their mistress's magical powers. Interrogating any surviving henchman is difficult.
Look, Senator Turex said he's going to be sending more.
One is
You mean
charmed
like
up.
Nat 20 difficult.
One is charmed, ninja, no?
Yeah.
Sure.
The leader. So that probably helps.
It does.
Nat 20 plus 20.
I mean, he's mad about it. People are mad about it when they've been charmed, but
That's after it wears off, right?
wears off.
All you can get out of them is they'll say, "We work for a spellcaster named Larilyn Tor. The lady wanted us to capture this old man and bring him to her. She's staying somewhere in the city, but we was supposed to take the buzzard bird out of the city and meet her at midnight outside of the caravan gate."
Do you know where in the
Oh,
city
wait,
she
it's
is?
Oh wow!
Do you know where she's hiding? Where she is in the city?
He just told you, outside the caravan gate.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
But
let's
no,
go there.
he doesn't know where she is in the city, but she is here now. If the
Yeah.
meeting place was outside the city, right? So,
That's what I'm saying.
look, I don't know if I can, how well I can judge their character, but they can stay in my ranch for the night. They need to lay low.
They'll talk to each other briefly, and then they'll agree. If you're still alive tomorrow, maybe we'll take you up on that.
All right.
All right.
Fair enough.
That's a smile. All right.
I want to ask about the power armor looking things. What else does it do besides make you really big?
He will describe to you that this is golem armor. It's called the golem frame. It's crafted by a wizard in much the same way as a golem would be crafted, except that it's wearable.
You know, was Lauren Tor the one that crafted it?
Yes.
Interesting. Do we know about this herd cleric? The fortune, the Paroso, the Farser?
Taurus has some information. Taurus knows Perusa is a friend of Arosto the Old. Perusa is a earth cleric and diviner. Foretells the future, a fortune teller.
Maybe we can ask him about these golem spells. He might know more.
Or ask him about the future, about this Lauren Tor. He will very likely kill us.
Yeah. I'd be interested to see what he has to say. Okay, but thank you for the information. And try to stay alive.
Make it look like we are the three Mull in the golem frame armor and taking the old man out to the...
An illusion?
An illusion? She may see through it, but maybe not far away.
And change shape myself into that.
Maybe I'll use a disguise and cosplay my way to victory here. I don't say cosplay, but still.
What is besides being a sorcerer, Lauren Tor, what is she like? How do you usually greet her when you hand people over to her?
She got in contact with us because we're elite level mercenaries. She had a lot of money, and she was willing to pay us to do this job.
Is this the first time you guys
So wait
worked?
a minute. Yeah. So the armor isn't hers, it's theirs?
Yes.
What?
Oh, I thought
Can I
it said
talk
that
to
you
them?
made it for them.
Right. Go ahead. Your turn.
So, who are you guys? How would you guys summarize yourselves?
We are moles. Powerful warriors. We sell our services to the highest bidder. None can
Yeah,
contest
well,
our strength or size on the battlefield. We are hired
Better
muscle.
than what I thought you were. Do you know anything about the mysterious disappearances of a bunch of people to a forest?
We've heard of it.
Do you know anything
I want to
about
negotiate rates after this is over.
He shakes his head. We're no wizards, nor sorcerers. We have no clue of these magical effects. All we know is it hasn't affected either of us. Any of the three of us.
I want to negotiate possible rates for employing them for after this is over.
They would be very expensive, but you're
On
a
retainer.
somewhat rich party.
it? Now, hang on. We're not, like, mental talk. We're not giving them the wizard, right?
No. I'm interested in having them in part of my retainer, retinue, however you call that.
What, for securing your farm or something against
Right.
the
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
nobleman?
we would like to speak to your mistress.
Have you made it-
Just kind of...
Have you made it clear that you're a wealthy kank herder? Kank cowboy?
If he doesn't know that already, I'm kind of a kank baron.
You keep a low profile, unlike Taurus, so he wouldn't recognize you immediately. Okay, yeah, if you make it clear that you're a wealthy Kank cowboy, you've got herds and money to spend, and you can afford them, they'll at least take it into consideration, but they don't like to renege on a deal, and the lady's going to be pissed if she doesn't get her old wizard.
That's
Well,
true.
take us to the lady and we'll talk this out because we can't just kind of like let this guy be taken there. We have our reasons.
She's a dangerous sort. They're very scared of her.
Okay.
Well,
What if we go incognito along with the three and challenge or at least talk to or stop her there and have this conversation? If she's a very powerful sorceress, then maybe she'll just teleport away with the old man, and we won't want that. But is there something we can do to stop her from doing that and force her to speak with us?
we need to talk to your boss. This is
magic
not acceptable.
types. No, but no, I'm asking my friends here. Is there something we have against magic that can stop this sort of a thing, from stop her from running away with her prize without speaking to us first about what she wants him for? Well, you
I
know
don't
what?
know if anyone has like
Actually,
a silence spell to stop her from like teleporting or something.
you know what we haven't done? Talk to the old man. What's so special about you, old man?
Okay.
What is it that you do?
You try to talk to the old man, and he's drooling a little bit, and his eyes are looking in different directions, and he has a hard time focusing on you.
What?
That
doesn't make any sense at all.
I'm gonna try to cast Lesser Restoration on him and see if that does anything.
Oh.
Lesser restoration does not help.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, that was the tone. The tone.
Wait, I'm sorry. Was the meeting with the lady supposed to be the wizard lady or sorceress lady? Is she supposed to be tonight, or are we gonna have a chance to have a long rest?
They were going to see her within a couple hours here. You can take a short rest.
Because I'm wondering if I should be burning spells.
Do it. Do
What
it.
is?
Go out on a limb.
What is Greater Restoration? That's another 5th level spell.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, does that cost? Do I have material cost for that? Greater Restoration. What do I need for Greater Restoration? Oh, I need diamond dust. I don't think I have any.
Could you augury that? Could you just do some kind of a skill check to determine if that would fix the problem?
Yeah, can I do like I don't know,
Diagnostic.
some sort of like medical or arcana check on him to see like why he seems messed up?
Roll an arcana check.
Okay. Arcana, that's just +1. I'll give myself guidance.
+1.
Nature, tell me what is wrong with this poor fellow. Oh, that's only a 10.
Taro?
Yes.
The old man seems confused. That's a mental problem.
You're good with that, right?
Confused how exactly?
I don't know. Do you want to do something about it?
Roll and find out.
Do like a mental scan something. I don't know.
Can I do like a medicine check on him?
Good.
So you could do that, sure.
Scanner his brain. Puts his fingers to his temples.
That's a 16.
It looks like brain damage.
Brain damage? That's not good. Let me detect thoughts as brain.
I got,
Okay.
I got a 22 on a medical.
In the victim's mind, you find only a confused jumble of images which make no sense.
This reminds me of that one guy that like we had what was it, that one lava guy's dad or something, and he had like severe brain damage.
Oh, yeah. We have to do a restoration.
Yeah, but lesser restoration doesn't help.
No,
I don't suppose we have 100 Yeah, gold worth
I'm gonna
or
keep digging
ceramic
around
worth of
here. I want to see
diamond
if I
dust laying
can,
around.
like, I want to see what's going on in here. Wait, I'm gonna keep digging around in his brain.
Okay.
You can like dig deeper than surface thoughts.
Roll a medicine check.
Yes. Alright then. 16 again.
16 again. All right. You perform psychic surgery on his broken mind. You feel like you might have had a breakthrough, but you can sense that it's going to be a long recovery process.
Am I getting anything more coherent now in there?
Nah, he won't recover for 2 weeks.
Hmm.
If I did a greater restoration,
A greater restoration would restore his stats. All of his stats are halved right now.
yeah.
Hold on with that, actually. Now, I know bullying an old man was not a nice thing to do. However, we don't actually... He might be... He's a wizard, right? He might be actually dangerous.
Who knows?
Yeah, you don't know if he's a defiler or what.
I
That
don't know.
is
Do an Arcana check on or detect magic to see what kind of item he's carrying.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Alright, that makes sense.
I'm not gonna do an Arcana, but I can do a detect magic.
You do a detect magic?
Yeah, I'll do a detect magic.
Okay.
You know, something that I memorize all the time now is comprehend languages because I'm trying to teach myself how to read. So I do that every day, comprehend languages.
Yeah, you don't see any magic on him.
Is he? Can I check his pockets?
Yeah, his robes don't have anything in them, but they're nice robes.
Any tattoos on him?
Oh, wait, you know what? You do detect some magic. He's got a ring on. The ring appears to be magical.
What color?
Blue.
Okay. The ring doesn't seem to have anything else on him. Does he have any tattoos or marks or symbols on him?
You check his body. His body is a spell book. His whole body has been tattooed with spells.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, this is unlike.
Can someone check this? Like, I don't know this type of magic. Someone do an Arcana. I think Taurus is good at Arcana check.
Actually, since Sia is not here, I'm gonna do a roll for him. Wow, those are some bad rolls. Never mind.
Hey, Taurus, you're there? Can somebody roll for him to do an Arcana?
Okay.
You know if he has proficiency in it?
Yeah.
I rolled a 7. Not good enough.
So he gets 17 or something like that. I don't know, like his intelligence is pretty high.
It's +4 and then proficiency.
+4?
7, right?
Why is he proficient in Arcana, though?
Isn't he? I thought he was.
He's a barbarian. That doesn't make sense. He might be. I don't have his sheet open.
Tauruses.
It'd be nice if he was here and awake. I'll open his sheet and take a look.
He's a barbarian.
I am here.
Gladiator.
Okay. Arcana check.
I'm
What is
here.
your plus?
+4.
Intelligence.
I know you were talking to me. My bad.
So it's only 11 then.
Yeah, we were asking if you were proficient in an Arcana check.
So who is? Like, do we have anyone?
Who's proficient in
I'm
Arcana?
smart, but not proficient.
No.
I could try to make it untrained here. I mean, as a basic wizard. So that's a 16. I'll tell you what. I'll throw a dice at it.
I can give you a guidance. D4.
So what is that? 23, and then guidance makes it.
D4.
Whoops. There we go. So 23 plus 2 more is 25.
That's a really good roll. It would have had to be a really good roll to get this, but this is a psionic spell, a telepathic spell, which you are a telepath, so it makes sense you might know something about this. An effect called Mind Wreck. A nasty mental attack, analogous to a vandal wrecking a building. A brutal assault aimed at destroying part of the brain devoted to sanity. When an opponent is attacked with Mind Wreck, the attacker must defeat the victim's psionic defenses, and then the victim must make a saving throw versus a paralysis effect, which means that the victim has gone mad and is unable to cast spells or think clearly. All spells are wiped out of the victim's mind. Memory and reasoning abilities work only erratically. A Mind Wreck victim attempting to use psionic operations... using psionics operates at half of his normal attributes, so it cuts your stats in half. And if you attempt to read the mind, you only get a confused jumble of images. He's not cursed. He's suffering the long-term effects of a very powerful telepathic attack.
Oh, so give me. I asked Taurus. You must have some diamond dust in your bag.
Give him whatever he needs.
I need 100 gold worth, CP, worth of gold of diamond dust.
I was about to say, I don't got 100 gold worth, so I got 100
No.
CP worth.
Yeah.
Here you go. Hand it off.
And I'll do a greater restoration on this man.
All right. You perform a greater restoration. A miracle. His mind is healed. Coming to his senses, he stands up a little straighter. His eyes focus and look forward. He wipes the drool from his mouth. He introduces himself again as Amalak Pull. He recognizes you. He knows that you're members of the Alliance. He will talk to Sol and say that he is from the Auric group. It's been a long time, but we've met previously.
So you would have seen us.
He was one of the background members of the Veiled Alliance when you were visiting Auric, but you hadn't been introduced at the time. You had only met him in passing.
Yeah, things have changed since then, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So, what does this Mistress Lyrillin Tor want with you to the fact that she would send 3 highly trained mole mercenaries to come collect you? And why was your brain so damaged in that way?
Yeah.
What do you remember?
It's difficult to remember. My mind, it's still so foggy, so unclear. I need to rest.
Must be some defiling magic.
It's coming back to me, but slowly.
Do
Yeah,
you
take your
even
time.
know Laren Tor?
Let's give him some space. He needs to recover.
Well, at the very
Okay,
least,
so
he's
while-
with the
while
Red
he's
Alliance,
getting
so we know he's
space-
an ally instead of some defiler sorcerer.
Right. That's helpful off back. Yeah, that is important information. It was worth it just for that alone for us to use the expensive components.
Before
But
we meet that lady, though, I think we should rest.
We don't have time to do a long rest. We have.
No.
She
Or a
wants to
short
be
rest.
in 2 hours. Actually, less than that now. So
Oh, okay. Then we have to go right away.
while he's collecting his thoughts and Ninja reads, we need to decide what we're doing.
Ninja,
Yeah.
Amalak Pole.
is there a way for him to kind of figure out like how long he's been in this state of mind?
He's figuring that out now. He's trying to.
Okay.
Not long.
I mean,
Only recently, I would say.
the best thing I can do is probably feeble mind the sorcerer lady that's after him. But then we're not going to really be able to understand what she wants because it'll make her intelligence 1 and she'll be really stupid and not be able to tell us anything or think of anything, so even Ringsight won't be able to get any answers.
Okay,
I'm
well,
gonna find her.
what we need to decide is if we're bringing Amalak Pul with us. If they're gonna, if we are gonna bring him with us, is it gonna be us taking him in, or is it gonna be the three Maul mercenaries, and then we're waiting in the wings, either invisible or something off to the side? Those are the avenues that I think we could take this. So, what do we think?
I would like to ambush her.
Yeah.
Just be
I don't
there.
know if our mall friends are here gonna like
Risk their life like that.
yeah. Especially
And
since they're
also, I'll say only in our brain too.
Uh huh.
Like, don't forget that if we take them with us, they may just turn their back and attack us while we're
while
attacking
we're
them.
while we're dealing with the sorcerer as well.
That is true.
So we don't want them there, I think. We probably want to ambush her, and I gotta tell you, we've been lucky here, like calming these ones down, but her, I don't think that that's gonna be an option.
Okay, so you think that we could go in disguised as the Mole Gladiators, or we just walk in boldly as our own self, heroes of Tyr, with Amalak Pul in our.
I like the
It's-
disguise idea because I can just do a disguise self.
I can change sheep into them. One of them.
We can have a Taurus. We can put him as the leader because he's a brute. And he's
No, he's the wrong size for a mole.
but he can shrink a little bit,
What?
or he can
Well,
look as if his
spells?
armor. Oh, he can look as if his armor is activated.
With spells, mate? Ah,
Yeah, the disguise
Maybe.
also will make it happen.
that's a lot more materials to make an armor that size.
Okay. Amalak is going to tell you that all he knows, all that he can remember, is that he recognized some magical effect was drawing good-aligned people to this new forest grove reported to exist west of Altaruk. I was not affected, but I could feel the influence. But unlike those other men, I was not compelled. But out of curiosity, I investigated, so I traveled. I traveled far into the west beyond Altaruk, where something happened. I had a conflict, a battle. Oh, it's so hard to recall. I definitely got into a fight with something or someone.
Something powerful.
Clearly I lost.
It shattered your brain.
Whoever
Probably.
it was left you alive, but broken. Intentionally.
He finds that in his hand he was clutching a jagged shard of obsidian, streaked with his own blood from clutching it so tightly. The black glass is imperfect. Swirls of crimson just below the surface mar its shiny dark appearance.
I hope that's not like a sacrificial dagger you were gonna use to kill yourself in your weird state.
He
No,
also has a map.
What?
This is the map to the forest.
A small ball of dirt wrapped in a sheet of papyrus. The valuable sheet, nearly as rare as water on the sun-baked world, bears a crude map.
We should take that with us.
Do you even know what this map is of?
Probably the location where it was heading towards.
I read the map if my comprehend language is still going on.
I'm a navigator. Is there anything I can get from that map?
I'm looking for it. It says it's on page 3, but it's not, so that's a little confusing.
While he's doing that, so it sounds like we've decided that we're going to go in disguised as the mole. And the three people who are going to be disguised as mole are who again?
Me. And
I
who
will.
else?
I will
Yeah.
because well, I have the spell and I can. I cannot be invisible or fly.
It was Grimorn, Morg, and
Can Taurus disguise self and just look like he has activated his big armor?
Taurus can just go in invisible.
Yeah.
I think Saul is the next one, unless ring sight. Do you have any abilities that can help you?
Help me what?
Do you have disguise self, or can you go invisible?
or well, we don't want necessarily invisible. We want to have a third person at look like a mall gladiator in
It's between him or
the
Saul.
golem frame armor.
But I think that Saul can go invisible as well.
Yeah, I don't do illusions, unfortunately.
So we'll do a disguise self on you.
I would imagine Soul would have that ability to disguise himself.
Yeah, but I think he also has the ability to go invisible.
Well,
So,
a mundane disguise is much better than a magical one.
Especially when a sorcerer that can see magical stuff.
so I'm gonna disguise self into one of the mole ninja.
All right.
Morg will do the same, and then we will get ringside disguised as well.
All right. The three of you now look like the Mole Warriors, dressed in
And
your
they're right next to
gleaming
us.
golem frame armor.
Well, they're right next to us, so we can make it a very convincing illusion.
And I am strong enough to carry the
Wizard?
major. Yeah, the wizard. So I'm gonna put the wizard on my shoulder. And the rest of the group will follow invisible.
Is Amalak Paul gonna be okay in like a couple hours when we go?
I am not sure about
meet
that.
with,
Nah.
That's a
Cyrus?
risk. That's a risk that he's gonna have to take.
The guide specifically says that no amount of magical healing can instantly restore the damage that's been done to his brain. He does require 2 full weeks plus psychic surgery to fully recover.
Okay. Well, he got the psychic surgery from
Yeah.
Ringside, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So right now his memory is recovering, but slowly. He knows he
So-
got into a great battle when he arrived at the source of the energy, and he lost.
At this point, would he be able to fight?
Right.
If
Like, you
we're
can't cast
bringing
spells.
him-
That's what I was trying to say.
He is not going to fight.
Right.
He is a non-combatant. He would not be capable. He needs bed rest.
He will need to walk away, but we need him as.
You know what then? Let me go ahead and I'll disguise myself.
You want to
As you
disguise
him?
yourself as him?
I'm going to disguise myself as the old man with
There
an
we go.
actual disguise and use,
Make sure you look like
Yeah.
you're retarded.
Yeah, we'll have Sia disguise you like him. You use the same clothes. You will draw some tattoos on you. Real quick.
yes.
And I'm gonna put you on my shoulder.
Okay.
When you disguise self, you don't change your voice though, right?
Yes.
Yes, you do. Or, yeah.
I can modulate. Oh, you mean the magical
No,
version?
we yes we will. We're fine. We're well covered. Like our armor looks like theirs, and our faces and everything's the same.
I just plan on acting.
Because I change my voice when I talk. Okay.
Hey, Ringside. Ringside.
Yeah.
Oh, he's here.
You are telepathically contacted by a man named Temgar, a member of the Order.
And things are popping off quickly.
Hello.
I am Temgar of the Order. I have used my powers to seek you out. In recent weeks, the more sensitive members of our Order have sensed a great disturbance in the air. Something grand and terrible is afoot. But its nature
Yeah,
is
this is
shrouded from our probing.
Yeah, is this a sending spell?
Yeah.
Can you repeat that last bit he said?
We have sensed a great disturbance in the air. Something grand and terrible is afoot, but its nature is shrouded from our probing. Now, you've also sensed a disturbance in the air, but you couldn't really pinpoint what it was.
But you're saying the air, not the forest.
I'll tell him it's some sort of astral presence, I think.
Right.
And it's a hostile and dangerous one.
They'll tell you that the diviners have sensed that there is an important figure that you need to find. And he basically describes Amalakpul.
Well, you're in luck.
That side quest
Oh,
is
God.
already completed.
I don't know what it's about. Bruce.
Okay, so they tell you, go find Amalakpul, and your party has already rescued him from the...
Yeah, he's like in your
Kidnappers.
face right now. I could put you on the phone.
They could tell he's gonna be of some importance. You might want to bring him along, although he's still infirm from his critical injury. So take care of this wounded old man. He may become important later.
I think the question still is do we want to like bring him to the sorceress then if he's sort of incapable of taking care of himself?
I feel like we
Do
should
we-
drop him on the airship.
And if so, is there any actual need for disguising ourselves then as the moles?
We already have Will disguised as him, so bringing him along would
Oh.
be counterproductive.
Okay, right.
Oh yeah, let's get in.
Okay, so you wait
Yeah,
until
let's move
midnight,
along.
and in disguise, you arrive at the meeting place. She says, "Excellent, excellent. You have brought the befuddled wizard." Seeing the disguised Orin in your grasp, what do you say?
I say, unhand me, in the same voice that he had before.
Okay.
What do you-
I throw him on the floor in between myself and the sorceress.
Okay. Will, roll a wisdom save. DC 18.
Shit. Hold on.
I'm gonna ask her what does she even want with this old man?
Hold on. I didn't update. I have that's proficiency now from level. So DC 18. Come on, please. Yes.
Okay. So she casts a dominate person spell at you, and then she approaches you and she, like, touches you by the chin to lift your face up to her, and she says, "Amalak, my love, tell me where is the Tree of Life? I know you've seen it. Tell to me where the Tree of Life is located."
That's the map we have.
Wait.
You know you love me, Amalak. You can't refuse my command. Tell me where the tree is
Sorry.
located.
Oh,
Sorry, who's saying this?
I'm gonna lean into her touch.
Or into her, the sorceress.
I lean into her caress, and I don't know what to do besides just try to silent takedown.
you gotta put a knife on her neck.
No,
She-
I need to
She seductively rolls a 26 to persuade you to tell her the location.
Ninja, what the frick is going on right now?
Can I oppose that seduction and carry out my sleeper hold on her?
You're gonna grab her?
That was my intent. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what else to do. I'm panicking a little bit.
That's okay. We're there.
But do I need to roll against the diplomacy, or can I just go ahead and do my grapple?
Yeah, that's fine. You can go into a grapple attempt.
Okay, here we go.
0.
Oops. No, yeah. All right.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
I am definitely throwing a dice at this. That's my third dice today. So I am almost halfway through my psionic powers. 25 total on my grapple check.
All right, you grab her.
Now this is a silent takedown, so hopefully I can prevent her
Daggers.
from further.
Actually, I'm not sure you're going to be able to pull off a silent takedown because she was aware of you before you tried to do it.
But she's aware of me, but she's not. But this is well spoken of in the DMG, that someone who is aware of you but not aware of you as a threat. It's a very different thing. So that's like if your friend comes up to you and all of a sudden
And suddenly gags you and stabs you.
A2 Brutus, yeah, no. That's exactly a sneak. I mean, you can read about the sneak attack situation too if you want, but that's
Oh,
definitely
what's going on?
It's an interesting point.
table collapse. It's written about in every DMG, in every edition of D&D.
I mean, she does consider you a threat, though.
No. I'm her love. Are you serious? She thinks that she's dominated me. There is no world in which you can convince me that she...
I mean, actually, she's aware that the spell failed, which is why she used regular persuasion. So she's actually on guard. But you did successfully grab her.
I can't silent take... You know what? You can call it plot fiat about not doing silent takedown, but I would argue that I was successful in this endeavor. So,
Ninja, while this grapple stuff is happening, can I stealthily try to cast Feeble Mind on her, like whisper and hide my hands in the spell?
Okay. When you attempt to affect her mind, it fails. Fizzle.
Yeah. Okay.
She's got protection.
I'll say I want to know who you are and what you're looking for.
Did you drop the illusion? Are you in your regular form now?
No.
Because this is all going to be very confusing when her own minions are saying, I want to know who you are.
Oh, I know it is, but I don't want her to know my identity.
She's going to grow suspicious based on what you've said.
And she's being held by the old man now.
my beard's probably starting to fall off.
Yeah. Hang on. I feel like we should probably go into initiative here.
Yeah.
Bam! Hey, look at that. Taurus gets to go first, actually.
Well, I think we could
First
hear
through there?
a bear snoring in the background, so I'm not sure. Who
So,
that-
actually, there's only 3 of you here, so we can skip Taurus.
But they're invisible. They're next to us, no?
Yeah. They're with us, just invisible.
Is that how it is?
Joe, are you there?
Joe.
I'm here.
Okay, good job.
Here.
You're in, okay. Here's what's happened. We snuck up, disguised as the mole gladiators, and I just was disguised as the old man. She came up to me asking for, my love, where is the tree of life? I know you know where it is. And then I went up and grappled her, and I was trying to restrict her neck, but I am not quite there yet. You are invisible along with Soul. We are on initiative. What do you do?
I do the thing. Pull
Oh.
lever. Wrong lever.
What?
I don't know.
That didn't even. Was that English?
I pulled the lever.
What?
Wrong lever.
I think he's still waking up.
What are you doing, Song?
He's pulling his lever.
There you go.
Fap,
There
fap,
you go.
fap, fap, fap.
My brain went there originally, but I wasn't gonna. Never mind. Okay.
Okay, pass.
Yeah, I don't really know what to do with these guys. Like, I mean, do I start attacking them, or are we still doing more diplomacy again?
Soul is also invisible, so he's also gonna go in and attempt to grapple. He fails.
Okay. For me, do I get to the pinning slash air constricting, not air constricting, sleeper hold type thing?
Yeah, roll another grapple.
On it, this time without advantage. No, big money, big money.
It says you actually have disadvantage.
Oh,
No
Well,
enemies.
it's really bad anyways.
that's. I'm not sure it's gonna get much worse than that, but disadvantage on the roll. Here you go. See if I get a 1. Okay, so it's a 2, which means I'm blowing another dice again. I'm almost out of this. A 12 plus 6 is an 18. That's all I've got in the tank.
18, you say?
18 is my final number.
Okay.
Well, wait. One thing. Hold on. This is a straight attack roll, or do I get to use athletics on this?
It's an attack roll.
Frack. Okay. Because I thought it was supposed to be athletics, but things changed with Grit and Glory. I remember you said something.
So the defender will use either athletics or acrobatics, depending on which is stronger. It's like base 10 plus whatever their stat is in that skill.
I thought the attacker used athletics.
It's changed a little bit for Grit and Glory, where it's like a static target and you're rolling to hit.
All right. Well, either way, there it is. 18 is my final answer. Because if it was athletics, then it'd be a 20 then. But
Yeah, she's not that strong, so you actually do sink in the chokehold. You've prevented her from speaking. She's gagged, possibly suffocating.
Well, I don't want to suffocate her to death. I just want her to,
Yeah, like the knockout. But it does take a few turns to get knocked out that way.
Yes, sir. Okay. That is my turn. I want to just gain control of the situation, and I don't know if there's anything in her pockets to interact or
That could potentially stop her from casting spells. Wizards need their mouth for most of their spell casting.
Yes.
Right.
Good idea.
So that's where I'm at.
Grimorn,
Oh, it's my turn.
still standing there in disguise.
She needs some convincing, or what? Is this what's going on?
Well, she might have stuff on her that's I don't know. I don't know what she had on her person, that like wands or whatnot, that she could use to get out of Dodge.
I need a second. I'm sorry. I want to make her suffer for a second.
Can I say disarm her? Can I say that? Search her. Something.
She will have to do a Constitution save of 23.
What the heck?
Okay, she fails.
Okay, she's gonna take
What are you doing?
necrotic damage.
Oof.
What the crap are you doing?
Cause wounds.
I'm casting arm.
On what? Wait, wait. What's going on?
We're in an initiative.
Okay. So, I have her in a sleeper hold. I've got my hand over her mouth. I'm trying to get control of the situation.
Oh, is she
Apparently,
like? Is she falling asleep here, or?
that's what I'm trying to do. Is I've got her, in the crook of my elbow. Her head in the crook of my elbow.
That takes a few turns.
It does. It does.
He's
But,
got her
that's
gagged in a
what happens.
chokehold. It's a start.
But Gramorn takes this time to go ahead and just suck the life force out of her or some such.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to I'm trying to give her an incentive
I
to
look
say
at
to
you-
tell us what we're looking for.
I am furious at you. I look at you with such disdain and
Well, the question is, how much damage did it do?
It's gonna be a lot.
dude, what the crap?
What?
Go
Well,
ahead. Go,
I th-
you did it. You did it. Go for it.
Well, it's not gonna stop her from falling asleep. It's not taking her chokehold away. It's just gonna harm her.
Finish your statement. Go ahead.
She's just gonna be like struggling a little bit more, you know.
Uh huh. Tell Ninja what happened.
38
38 damage. Kaboom.
necrotic damage. She suffers.
A lot.
Oh my god, dude.
And
So,
then I repeat the same
so-
question to the lady.
well, she can't talk because I have my fingers in her mouth.
Hey, let her react. You know. Maybe
What?
she will. Maybe she will like loosen up and say okay. You know what I mean?
I growl and say, I find your methods detestable.
It's not your turn. You can say that on your turn.
I say, oh my god, dude.
Let's follow the rules over here.
Jesus Christ.
Feels like you're trolling right now.
It's
Okay.
not your turn either.
She is going
Yeah, I'm
to
talking out of turn.
she's going to burn sorcery points to
Of course.
quiet
Yeah.
cast a teleport, and she's gone. Poof.
God damn it.
She could have
Well,
done that.
at least we know what she was after. She was after the
Yeah.
map or location of the Tree of Life.
A
And
bunch
you know
of
what?
weeds nearby just turned to ash. Everybody feels sick.
Wait a second. I'm gonna roll a d6. Okay. To try, I'm gonna take damage to try to save the plant.
I don't feel affected by the.
Yeah, you have a protection against
Right.
defiler magic. So she was a straight up defiler wizard. She just used a high level defiler spell to get out of your clutches.
I take 6 damage.
You
Plus,
prevent the plants from dying,
Yeah.
sacrificing your own energies so
Pretty
they
much.
thrive.
That is pretty cool.
Wait,
But
do we have counterspell or no?
no, it's a sorcery. I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
It's in her head. And the thing though is that she did take this damage, and she's not gonna be able to heal it magically. She's gonna have to heal it naturally.
Wait,
You left
really?
her. You left her with only 5 hit points left. You almost one-shot her.
It's
damn
it's necrotic damage, so you can't heal that magically.
Only my
That,
initiative
that's
was
in the spell
higher.
description?
No, it's just the nature of necrotic damage.
Nah, only a certain necrotic spell does that. Chill
Well,
touch.
This one does it. No, this is what I did is arm.
Arm?
I'll
HARM, yes.
So you're saying it's in the harm spell.
Okay, well,
I don't need
there, I put
pronunciation.
the description in the Discord.
so maybe that was the right move. I don't know.
One way or another, she would have escaped. She was a
Well,
defiler.
listen. I didn't know that she's a defiler until you tell me afterwards.
Well,
and
we
then I'm
knew
going,
we kind of suspected it because our friend here took all this damage and lost parts of his mind. You know.
yeah.
So it says the hit point maximum is reduced for 1 hour by an amount equal to the necrotic damage. So he's right. It can't be healed. Her hit point max is 5 right now.
Yeah.
It's 'cause you suddenly
Holy.
got demoted to level 1.
Mhm.
Okay, well,
I took my damages off, Ninja. For the
So you definitely scared the crap out of her by almost killing her and catching her off guard like that.
Mhm.
The High
No.
Priestess fucking maniac.
He
Get
is.
out of
He
here.
is.
No,
Look,
I'm chaotic.
right.
no
right.
one grabbed anything off of her when Oren said to like disarm
Yeah.
her or something.
Yeah, I was hoping somebody would do that, but
Okay.
listen, Oren is going to be pissed at you for at least half an hour to an hour. Even after,
I'm used to that.
even after you explain the situation. Yeah, she was a defiler. Like, okay, and then, but why didn't the plants die? Oh, I sucked all the energy myself. Okay, well, I'm glad for that, but you're still
And then I tell you,
whatever.
and all these
I'm
damage,
thankful
she's
you
gonna be real
explained.
scared because this damage is not healing either.
Right. Well,
So, you know,
good job. I
So
guess.
you guys gather
Go away.
2 pieces of information from this interaction. So she had a Nibanaean accent. That's one thing. You'll recognize her accent from Nibane. And the second thing is she's looking for a Tree of Life. Morg is well aware of Tree of Lives because he's been planting them all over the place.
but not only that too. There's a map, and maybe that's where it's leading to is the
Oh,
Tree
wait.
of Life.
Is she one of Nimene's wives? Like a
Potentially.
Templar wife?
Potentially.
Yeah.
And she doesn't know who attacked her either. That's why I did not.
That is
come out of
helpful.
there.
That is really good. Yeah.
So, all of this kind of worked in our favor. Well, what if we try to follow the map that the old man had? That might take
Right.
us there, and we might actually find her there.
Yeah. I think it'll take you directly to the forest.
Well, it seems like haste must be made now.
Yeah, let's port up on the airship.
Okay. So
We'll bring a Amalak with us.
you take Amalak, you board the
Walls-
airship, and you set off to the southwest towards Altaruk.
And yes, and the
Well, we-
moles are still back in tier, right?
Did Taurus still need to talk with
Yeah.
Farseer for any reason?
Yeah, we can
Are
tell
you
the
ready?
moles what happened, I guess.
You tell the moles that you nearly killed their mistress and she ran away in fear.
Yeah.
Oh,
All
that's
right.
true. We could do that.
Well, they'll say that's a relief because they were worried she was going to kill them for not
Yeah.
finishing their job.
And we tell her, we tell them too, like, for some time she's gonna be very wounded, and you could probably take her down if we needed to.
If you know where she's hiding, you know where she goes.
Hey, Ninja,
What's up?
describe to me what she did. Like, alright. How did she find us? And then what did she do while she was here?
We find her. We
Or
found
how
her.
did we
We
Uh,
went to her
Find
meeting
her.
spot.
She was here in town in Tyr, and she had her minions out looking for the wizard. And she told her minions, "If you find the wizard, bring him to me at midnight at the main gate of town." And so you went and you met her in the disguise of the 3 moles and their captive. But then you ambushed her and almost defeated her, but she got away using wizard magic.
I'm gonna do a sending spell.
To
Wait,
who?
to her?
Yes.
All right, it doesn't work.
She
What?
has mind-blocking stuff. I already tried
Yeah.
Feeble Mind on her. It completely failed and save level spell.
Her whole gang wears mind shielding items. Mind shielding prevents any kind of psychic contact.
Oh,
What?
so she's yeah, she has a bubble around her.
Can I get one of those?
Maybe from her.
Right.
It was really useful, actually.
Unless it's powered by Nimbene.
If I primal savagery attacked her instead of feeble-minded, she would have been dead.
Oh yeah, and ringside, we learned also that she's from Nimbene with her accent. So she could be she could potentially be one of the wives.
You know what, Ninja? One more question, I guess.
Hmm.
Is this? I didn't see it in Grit and Glory, but oftentimes they have a sneak attack where you can just knock somebody out in one fell swoop. I can sneak attack with a sap or something like that.
Yeah, you could use a set. Although the Grit and Glory rules always make it require like 3 rolls. for the full silent takedown.
But if I were able to go ahead and knock somebody out in one fell swoop just with a sap, like I can just go ahead and knock them out.
If you thought they didn't have a lot of hit points, you could make a sneak attack with the sap doing non-lethal damage, adding all of your sneak attack, and you could probably knock them out.
Okay. Okay, just making sure that that's how the things work. Okay,
Just as a straight attack roll, not doing the 3 grapple checks.
Right. Okay. I'll make sure I get a sap, by the way. Just FYI. Before we go any further. I picked one up on the way out of town.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
I
probably
guess.
can't turn a psychic dagger into a non-lethal weapon.
No.
I don't know. You can stab someone in their motor functions.
Yeah, that's actually exactly the spell, the ability description that I have coming up.
Did anybody want to talk to Parusa the Farseer?
I thought Taurus was supposed
Yeah,
to, because he's
maybe.
friends with Taurus of the Old.
I was suggesting that we talk to him because he's a Earth cleric, and the moles had that golem armor. Maybe he knows something about that.
Yeah.
Don't we have blueprints for a golem or something?
I think so.
Oh, that
Magma
Tyler
Golem?
book that I lifted.
Yeah, we go and visit him and chit chat.
Okay, he's a fortune teller. He charges 1 gold for his services.
We pay him.
All right. You pay him 1 gold. He sits with you. He holds your hand. He chants and meditates. What is your question? What do you seek?
What are we seeking?
Answers.
The tree of life.
The tree of life.
Yeah.
Many such trees exist. One stands above the others, larger, more potent. And
That's the one we're looking for.
I sense an ancient darkness standing adjacent to it. Frightening. I do not wish to look upon it any longer.
You know what? I'll spend the gold.
Okay. What
My
is your
question-
question?
What is the next biggest threat to Tyr?
Interesting.
All the mind control.
You can come back to me on that.
The biggest threat in Tyr.
Threat to Tyr. I'm not sure if it's the dragon from across the way or what, but
Maybe it's the king. King
well,
Tyrian.
Oren still thinks Tithian's kind of cool.
Not me.
Yeah.
I've always
Well-
had suspicion.
But that's the biggest burning question Oren has right now is what's the next biggest threat?
Parusa, the Farseer, says, "You have drawn the ire of the most powerful being on all of Athos, the dragon himself.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about.
Oh, that one.
The Lord of Erdraxa craves your death."
Yeah.
That wouldn't be the first time that a sorcerer king wanted our dead.
Okay.
Sorry, what just happened? What?
Orin asked what the greatest threat to Tyr was, and Parusa says that it is Boris, the dragon of Erdraxa.
Yeah. I kind of
You
thought that
again?
was the case. I thought that was the case. I wanted to make sure I was right.
The dragon
Boris
is the
may-
most advanced, highest level sorcerer king.
Is that more stronger or more advanced than than Dragoth?
So the sorcerer
Yes.
kings really look at Tyr as being a threat to their power.
The sorcerer kings that you know are all subservient to Boris.
How much in debt will the sorcerer kings be to us if we kill Boris?
Good
Well,
We
you would be
can't-
freeing them. They would no longer be like under Boris's rule, maybe.
We can't kill Boris. There's no freaking way.
I ask. I want to ask him a question, like not like fortune telling.
Yeah. Just a
Ask him,
regular
so,
old question between priests. What is it?
what do you know about golems?
Earth golems, like a stone golem, are said to be made by wizardry. Most of us priestly types, we like to create sentient elementals that have the spirit of the element in them. But wizards, they go about it in another way. They infuse their magics into golems and command the material to be animated through an animation magic, a transmutation.
Yeah, we've seen these moles that had these golem body armors. Never seen that before.
History check. He rolls a 6. He's never heard of that.
I'm going to use my alter self ability and show him what the armor looks like and the runes on them.
Arcana check.
See ya.
He gets
Wait, see
an
us here?
he gets an 18 on the Arcana check, and he's going to say that the runes, they seem to be a special kind of magic. Rune knights are said to use this magic.
Knights.
Rune knights.
Things exist.
So, also, the tree of life, the one that you're able to see in your vision, would you be able to tell us where it is located?
Hey, Sia, you're getting feedback. Looks like.
I think he's sleeping.
Is the big tree of life he's talking about, is that just the one of the sorceress queen of, is it Golg?
Not that one. No, they're talking about the forest west of Altaruk.
Yeah, okay.
Do I get to ask 2 questions, or
If you pay a gold, you can ask one question.
well then I
He's
want to
not-
ask?
He's
I want
not
to
able.
ask. I want to pay another gold if I can.
Okay, you pay him a gold, so he'll
Okay, I'm
do
marking
his
off
divination
gold.
one more time.
All right. My question is, what is Boris's greatest weakness?
He laughs. He will hand you your gold back and say, Boris has none.
I asked him though, like, could you tell us if you were able to locate the tree of life, the one that came through your vision?
There are many trees of life. One is said to be located in Golg. He doesn't know about the ones that Morg has planted recently. They're still little saplings that are kept secret.
So is it the one at Gald that were?
No. Everything leads to west of Altaruk, the mysterious grove that everybody is being lured to.
Well, we know that there's a. I gotta mute.
Okay, I muted
I'll
him.
let you know if Jared or Sia wakes up.
Yeah. Well, I gave him a server mute, so he'll have to say it in chat.
Okay. So,
Well, I say we rest and then we go for the forest and we find that tree.
well,
we can
no,
fly.
I'd say we rest on the airship on
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But we want to make. I want to make sure that I have a full rest before we go there, and we'll have to have our feast as well.
I'll treat Junithu to some of that nice dwarves beer while we're on our way.
Oh yeah, but I guess he's gonna be in the medical room on the ship while we travel, so he can recover.
All right.
The old man.
Yeah. And if we have to, we'll send him straight to Tyr through a portal. I'll open a portal to send him home, back to Tyr at safety, so he doesn't have to stay in the ship.
Ninja, I'm going to use scrying again. This time I'm going to use it since I know her name and I met her. I'm going to use scrying on the Lauren Tor, and she has to make a wisdom saving throw of DC 23.
Wow.
1 second.
So you took a spell slot for scrying. You go do that. That's a good call.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
on our same plane of existence, I can find her. So as long as she didn't teleport to another plane.
That's cool that you learned that spell. You kept it.
Off of from a rest, right? You memorize that after your rest.
Okay, she's got a magical protection around her currently, and it says if you want to use any divination to spot her, you have to beat a DC. So you're rolling a caster check. And the DC is 11 plus the spell level she cast it at.
Is that a wisdom check?
Yeah, I just rolled
No,
my
it's a caster
spellcasting
level.
Or what do I?
I think it's DC 16 caster
You said
check, wisdom plus
it's a caster
proficiency.
level? Oh, wisdom plus proficiency. He said.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Morg, you're good with that. Like, you need a DC
Okay.
16 wisdom.
Yeah, you're trying to break through her magical defenses against divination.
So what's your plus? Like plus?
He said wisdom
10?
plus proficiency bonus.
Can I use my my shielding ring of protection to add to the resistance the save as a reaction?
No. You're not saving. Like,
Oh, wait,
she's
what?
got a spell effect you're trying to breach. You're attacking. It's not a. You're not doing a defensive thing.
Oh, so I just use. Wait, then what am I doing? I just do wisdom plus
D20.
proficiency. That's it.
Yeah, D20
Okay.
plus 10 probably.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
That's a 17.
Okay, you barely crack through her defenses and scry her location.
Ooh.
So now she has to make her check.
Okay, did she roll the wisdom save?
Okay, well now that you've broken through, she does have to.
20 DC 23 wisdom save.
She failed. I rolled a 4 and a 1.
Okay.
Wow. This
Do I
okay.
see any markings? Like, is she in the forest-looking place, or where is she at? Is she in a building or in a desert? What is her immediate surroundings?
Can I
She
just say-
seems to be in a richly decorated apartment building.
No, can I
Okay.
just say, no GM has ever allowed a scry. This is really amazing that you're letting this work. I am so happy that this is actually happening right now. The scrying is actually going through.
Well, she did have a non-detection spell, but he broke through it.
Can I
Nice.
tell if the rich apartment, does it look like it's like the Nibene architecture that we would be familiar with?
Roll a history check.
Okay. History is, what's my bonus? That's just a +1. Alright, guidance. Oh, it was almost a 20. What is this? The 9 only.
Okay. No clue.
She teleported to a house.
She's in a house with fancy furniture. It looks expensive.
I mean, I would assume it's her house. I don't know where she would teleport to something that doesn't really belong to her. And she is supposedly, probably
Okay.
one of Nibene's wives, which is
So
why
we
she-
haven't left Tyr yet, have we?
No,
Well-
it's still here.
It's a little
You
bit
know what?
floaty. You were going to leave Tyr, but
We
some,
were gonna
some stuff.
leave. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, before we leave, I want to check in with my spy network here.
But wait, you think she might be one of the sorcerers, like of Nibene?
Well, if she's a standalone, like, Viler sorcerer, I don't think she'd be super duper wealthy. I mean, it might be possible, but if she's more connected with the Sorcerer King himself, that would probably make more sense. That
And what is
she
the
has
Sorcerer
her knife.
King wanting of the tree then?
Ninja.
I mean, they use them to have like
Oh, yeah,
power their
that's
defiling
true.
magic. So I
A
mean, I don't know if
defiler
we
can
like
cast
uproot them and
spells
remove them.
in secret if they have a tree of life. So if she could make like a wand out of a tree of life, she could then do all of her defiler magic right here in the middle of town, and nobody would sense it.
Um,
That is
Well,
a
I was
powerful item to
wondering-
have.
yeah. So I rolled a 12. I don't know what bonuses I will have. But this is for my spy network to know, like, where Lyralyn Tor might be in town, like where her apartment might be.
Mm. She's a secretive lady. Your spies are unable to figure out anything about her.
All right. Well, I tried. I say we head towards the Tree of Life, towards Altaruk.
Okay. So the party is on the airship and they're traveling to the southwest. As you're traveling, maybe a day into your travels after you've had time to do a full rest, whoever's your lookout, he's going to
Me.
call down. So you will call down that you've spotted something. You can see far below, at ground level, on the road, it seems as if a whole bunch of Gith are attacking a traveler.
Again, the Gith. A single traveler.
Have to get after that problem at some point.
Yes, yes. Quick combat? Or is this traveler important?
Let's see here.
Wait, that might be the one of those mercenary guys. Is it? That I scryed on earlier?
Oh,
No.
it's a get.
Someone ahead of you has drawn unwanted attention. A woman's voice shouts out a challenge to the over 24 humanoid creatures that surround her and are closing in. The gaunt figures, resembling crosses between elves and reptiles, wield wicked-looking spears. One need not understand their guttural hissing to know that they are taunting their prey. Still, their prey is anything but helpless. 2 of the creatures already lay dead at her feet. The woman ceases shouting at once. You realize that she sees you. Though you are too far to make out her expression, her attitude has obviously changed. For now, she is singing an inspirational war song.
Do you hear the people sing?
Okay, so if you want to do quick combat, you can all determine how many bonuses you're throwing in. I'll figure out for how many Gith we've got here. Okay, this is going to be a tough fight. 25 Gith with a Gith leader in a horde pack.
How long will it take us to reach the forest thing with our airship? Do we?
One
am I gonna be
more
able to-
day. I think it's like a 2-day flight. This will be
Cool.
around the halfway mark.
How big is the battlefield?
Huge. You're on the open road in a wide open field of rocks.
I know it's coming.
Cool. I'm gonna Mirage Arcane and set the place into a magma field.
Is that going to affect her too?
I'll cast it like just past her.
Because she was right in the middle of all of them. They had surrounded her
in
and
the
were...
center.
Yeah, she's like right in the middle of the horde that's trying to get her.
Well, I can then put her on like a little island of patch of safe grass.
Anime style, she's like Goku standing on a little pillar of stone as everything
Yeah,
around is
I love
completely obliterated and in lava.
So there's like this sandy, dusty road with maybe a little bits of patches of grass, and all of a sudden it gives way and melts into magma beneath their feet.
What level spell is
The
that?
heat is oppressive.
7th level.
7th level?
Yeah.
Damn, that's a
Jesus,
big
man.
bonus. And Grimorn, what level spell are you casting?
Is it?
Quick combat.
Should I do a hurt quick? No.
You could. You're in a wide open
That's-
area. They wouldn't
That's
hurt
what I was
anybody
thinking
else.
you were gonna do.
Let's give it a try.
All right, throw down an 8th level spell. It's 15 points.
You can't like space shape that around though, can you?
I don't know.
I'm gonna say Soul does 2 points. You there, Joe? Joe? Hello? Earth
Yo,
to Joe?
I'm here.
He's here.
Quick combat. How many points do you throw at it?
2.
Okay, you make 2
Normal.
attacks. 2
Normal
points.
attacks.
Do you want to rage?
I'm already raging.
Because if you rage, that gives you a 3rd point. So you throw in 3.
Persistent rage. Persistent rage.
Okay, yeah. Just remember, in quick combat, that's always going to add a +1. So you'll have a +3,
3 for me.
and 3 for you. So what's
Last
that?
one is
8 and 15. You're at 23 now. Who wants to roll?
I'm rolling.
Oh, okay.
I don't think Ringside even threw anything in.
I rolled a 3.
Plus.
So you got like a 31. You win. You win the combat.
Yay!
Oh, okay, then never mind.
That must have looked cool, the earthquake from the ship, no?
Earthquake.
I'd be concerned if we didn't win after turning the field into lava and blowing it up.
I need to look up earthquake for a second. I believe that has some effect here.
I can.
How long do you concentrate? After you win, do you stop?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not like waiting.
Fissures open throughout the spell's area at the start of your next turn after you cast the spell. The initial casting makes the ground difficult terrain in a 100-foot radius circle.
Oh, wait a minute. This is not concentration. The Miraja can just stays there for 10 days, whether I want it or not.
Oh my gosh.
Or does
That's
it say,
hilarious.
is there an action? Can I do an action to
dismiss it?
Yeah. You can make terrain, blah, 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 open field. Yeah.
So the earthquake does 50 bludgeoning damage to every rock structure in the area. The ground cracks open, creating a bunch of deep fissures.
The spell does not say I can deactivate it.
What is it? Hallucinatory terrain?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But a more powerful version of it.
That makes everyone physically feel the terrain.
No, the structure, huh? It
I
makes
can
you
even-
prone. You have to do a DC 20 strength athletic check as an action to escape.
Wonder if I could do that as a combination with you. Like I can create structures. I could build a structure on top of creatures, and then you collapse down them with earthquake.
Yeah, it's complete chaos. If there's animals, they are like dying of like heart attacks.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. I mean, to see the ground turn into lava and then for an earthquake to happen, I'm sure that would be disruptive to the local wildlife.
Everything is like fleeing in panic.
So the
There's a flaming rabbit that runs by. Like Jack
I
Rabbit.
would contain the lava field.
all of the Gith
Just a
took
little
5d6 bludgeoning damage and were knocked prone, and then they thought they were in lava.
They fell face down into lava.
20d6 fire damage.
Let me look at the stats on the Gith. The Gith here, the 25 Gith, they have 19 hit points each.
If they don't save from the illusion, then they're toast.
The average damage of an earthquake kills all of them.
Yeah.
It doesn't say that there's a save for the illusion. The illusion acts as a functional thing that people can interact with. They can smell the lava, feel the lava, like all of it's essentially real.
The problem
but it
is
just
they're
eventually
the problem
goes
is they
away.
were in it and they would notice that they're not burning.
But it's
So
no.
hallucinatory terrain is great to convince them that the ground is lava, but if they're in it, they don't burn up.
Ninja, this is not like, major image where it just says, "Oh, you're in lava." No, this is like that sort of stuff where it's quasi-real.
But it doesn't list any damage.
Lava has a list of damage.
Well, they're all dead anyways.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm like laughing on my ass, you know.
So it
Like
says the
shaking the
tactile characteristics of terrain are unchanged, so creatures entering the area are likely to see through the illusion. Like, they'll notice they're not on fire. But if they were outside of the lava area, they would not enter it because they'd be like, oh shit, that area is lava. I'm not going to walk over there. So you can convince them that it's lava, but you couldn't
What
actually
do you
burn
mean
them with
it
it.
says it doesn't change? It does change. The illusion includes audible, visual, and tactile olfactory elements. It changes them.
Are we looking at the different spells? What's your spell?
Mirage Arcane.
Mirage Arcane.
All right,
It's
I
the
looked at
seventh level.
hallucinatory terrain. You're on a different
Oh.
spell.
Yeah, we kept saying it.
This one includes the tactile stuff, so you feel it.
So they feel like they're burning while they're shaking.
7th level.
Crazy roller coaster though.
It still doesn't show me damage, though.
No, but maybe it makes them feel like they're touching and they're burning in lava.
Yeah, you're feeling the tactile sensation of contacting lava. What is
Yeah.
the fire damage of lava?
Yeah, while there's like earthquake at the same time, like it has to be like the most confusing death ever.
Yeah, that's a weird one. They're in lava, they're freaking out. They don't take any damage. It's convincing.
But then the earthquake kills them.
That's true. The earthquake average damage does kill every last one of them.
So, but wait, you do that for a 1 mile square?
Yeah.
Well, not the whole 1 mile square doesn't have to all be lava field. Like, it could have just been like around them for like 60 feet are like lava. And then the rest of it I can still make look semi-normal.
And I had a range an area of 500 foot of earthquake.
Bringing the road of fire to you.
Yep.
It says it makes it difficult terrain, it impedes movement through the area so they wouldn't enter it.
But then
Or
they get stuck.
impassable completely.
Yeah, totally impassable. They couldn't enter it, they couldn't go through it.
I can make buildings appear or make buildings disappear, structures disappear if I want them to. Although creatures
Oh,
don't, I
man.
can't make creatures get removed or add them.
So the combo of that with earthquake is actually kind of weird, no?
I can even make like cliff faces turn into like staircases that you can just walk down them.
They are like in they're like stuck in lava that shakes them hard enough to kill them. Is that what's going on here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, their spears are not very valuable, but their leader has an amulet that's magic. Let's see. You find 36 ceramic pieces, 16 silver pieces, and a black topaz worth 10 gold.
10 gold?
You mean ceramic?
No gold.
Okay.
Let's see here.
How about the lady?
Note
How's she?
card. I'm gonna put it on a note card so we don't forget.
Yeah, we gotta do better
Topaz
at keeping our the items now.
GP, 16 SP, and
Like there's a bunch of stuff that has been split into in bags.
Yeah, my bag. I don't know if we're selling any of that stuff or we're gonna do.
Yeah, we'll have to do that. So because a lot of you don't really have much gold, huh?
Yeah, I'm broke after we spent on money on tattoos to go fight Dragoff.
The good thing about that though is that I still have a lot of that, so we don't have to buy it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I still have my ace. I still have my protection from evil. Scroll.
I still have
So
2 dispel magics and
I
3
still,
counter spells.
yeah. I still have a
Oh.
lot of disguise selves.
I don't have any more disguise stuff. I use that. I don't know why it's not on my card. Throw it
I
away.
have a wand that has like that came with 50 charges.
I don't need disguise self anymore. I have alter self now. Way better.
Hey,
Now
Ringside.
illusions change.
Eh?
The party has recovered an unidentified magical amulet.
Oh, what?
You wanna identify it?
From
You
the
can
gift.
have some identification.
Okay, you cast Identify as a ritual for 10 minutes, and you discover that the amulet is a warpstone pendant.
Mm.
It's got a symbol on it.
Wait,
It's got a
What?
symbol on it, the crown of Fapo Lotiv.
stop. This is a warpstone pendant?
It is the Warpstone Pendant. It allows the wielder to cast Misty Step once per day, but the pendant creates a lingering sense of dread, causing disadvantage on wisdom saving throws.
Nope, we gotta seal this thing away.
Why? That sounds.
I don't mind that. I could use that.
I have played enough Warhammer. You're not tampering with warpstone. Seal it.
Oh, here we go.
There you go. I wasn't thinking along those lines.
I can look at. I'm interested in this item. If anyone is.
In this context, it's a warpstone because you can Misty Step around it. You're warping 30 feet from here to there.
I mean, if you're having the whatchamacallit, Hero's Feast, then you're just making regular wisdom saving
Yeah.
throw rolls. So
Exactly.
God.
And I have a high wisdom.
And it doesn't require attunement, so it's just a free Misty Step. If you don't
Yeah,
have
and
anything in your amulet slot.
The thing is that I don't have any mobility advantage. The only thing I can do is walk and run.
Misty Step can automatically like get out of grapple too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can be useful.
Takes full action.
Can I take this? Anyone?
Yeah.
Or do you want it?
I don't even know if I have any ailments. Do I have any ailments? Shield, earrings.
Your idea to feeble mind her was a really good idea.
Yeah. Too bad she had complete immunity though. I mean, you can take it. I don't really have a necklace, but I'm fine with not being super close in combat.
Take it. No, you take it. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
But we have this topaz now worth 10 gold. That's pretty. That's a very nice find.
Okay, so you asked about the woman. She introduces herself as Domera. She offers to share camp with you.
Where are you headed?
She is a bard, so she is very charming. She gets a 22 to persuade you to hang out with her and tell stories of your travels. She's very curious.
Is
Hey,
she
Morg?
headed to Altaruk?
She is headed to Altaruk.
Copy this in the party bag.
Yeah, I think we could use that for the group.
I had a compulsion to go to Altaruk.
A compulsion. You felt compelled to go to Altaruk?
Well, a few weeks ago I received an odd vision of a lush forest. Folk of every race and tribe were gathered round a large tree, and a glowing being descended from the heavens. Well, you see,
Contact Corganard really quick.
when you ask about the compulsion, though, she's going to say that's where the vision lost my favor. No one compels me to do anything. I intend to go to Altaruk, but on my own initiative, at a time of my own choosing.
So, Corganard. It's like, hey, they're talking about a mysterious angelic figure, talking about a beautiful harmony where everyone's living together in peace. Would you happen to know anything about that?
The rumors have been going around that there was an Avengian. in a grove far to the west. I hadn't heard much information about it. We are so rare, I thought it to be simply a rumor with no merit behind it. Also, Domera is going to say she's seen bands of people, pilgrims most likely, walking in the general direction of Alteruk. They're beyond communicating, almost as if they were swept up in some contemplative ecstasy.
Yeah, it's the curse. Okay. Okay, we'll disconnect it. It's a bit late.
Yeah.
It's already past midnight.
Yeah, we're done. Good session. Hopefully, Sia makes it to the next one. So, you are almost to Alteruk. Hey, Will, can you send me that stuff you wanted to do in Alteruk again?
We'll disconnect it.
I'll send him a message. I'll ask.
Yeah, you disconnected in Discord and tabletop.
Yeah. Well, let me pack up the table.
Yeah, Morgus, are you done copying stuff?
Yeah, you can go ahead and save and close that.
I'm waiting for Ninja.
Okay.
You know, I gotta tell you something. Like, the game is very different when you have, like, high level stuff. Like the way we handle, you know, the combat and all that stuff without getting into combat, and the spell that we were able to like cast really changes like the dynamic of stuff.
Yep.
Hey, looks like I got kicked off the internet.
What's up, Will? Hey, Will, I was going to ask, can you send me that Alteruk stuff you had again?
Oh, yes, I can.
All right.
Um,
Because I think that's going to be relevant next week. You're going to arrive in Alteruk, and we'll do all that.
okay. I will work on that.
And
Oh,
for everybody out in Twitch land, thanks for watching. I'll end the stream there.
Thanks, guys.
So I wanted to say, is the bard going to come with us on the airship?
Yeah, she's with you.
Okay. I thought that was going to be the case. I think I got cut off, though, before I could finish my sentence. Okay. See you next time.
Oh, actually, wait. You said the bard. The wizard comes with you. The bard says that she
Tomorrow?
doesn't want to stick around with the party because she's not ready to go to Alteruk yet.
Oh, okay.
Because she said she would only go on her own terms in her own time.
Right.
So she's being stubborn.
Okay. Well, I offered. Whether Junithu feels differently about that, I don't know.
I mean, she is interested in taking a ride on your airship. But she's not going to go as far as the Forest Maker. So maybe she'll tag along just as far as Alteruk.
Okay.
Or stay on the ship. Stay on the ship while we go down.
I mean, what bard could pass up a ride on an airship? That's just like an experience you don't say no to.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
Ending the stream there.